Hello, adventurers. My name is Maximus, and I will be your dungeon master for the evening. I'd like to welcome you all to the very first episode of Campaign 2 of Caches and Cantrips, the show where some of your favorite streamers play Dungeons and Dragons live on Friday nights. I'm joined by our amazing cast: Bunny Dreadful, Mac and Cheese Please, Nina Nikolic, Virtual Spectre, and moves like Jagger from the GGN crew. Yay!
Yeah,
Everybody should give a nice, wonderful welcome to Nina, aka Kid Kerrigan, our newest cast member for the campaign.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
It's been so long. I feel like it's been 3 months since we ended campaign 1?
I don't know how to play D&D anymore.
Yep, that's it. We don't know how to play anymore, so
yeah, it's gonna be rough.
What are dice?
Yeah, what are dice?
Mm-hmm.
So a couple things.
Something you eat.
Something you eat. Amazing.
I mean, my dice literally have donuts in them. So
perfect. A couple things I'd like to say. So first off, thank you so much for all the support in the chat. It definitely does not go unnoticed. All the support that you give us via subscriptions or Patreon patrons, that all goes directly into the channel, which gives us the abilities to have awesome maps and awesome music to help make the channels more immersive. So thank you all very much. I very much appreciate it. Second thing, I guess I can say second. I'll just say next thing because there's a lot of things. Next thing, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, please do so. We're just, I think, 70 subscriptions away before we hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel. So that will be a huge, huge deal for us and allow us to have wonderful emotes and things over for our friends that watch us on YouTube. So that would mean the world to us. I keep saying a couple things. Maybe it's because I'm nervous. Everything's a couple things. Next thing, if you have not listened to our podcast, please do so. You can go find the link over on our site at catchesandcantrips.com, but it's everywhere that podcasts are listened to. And I think we were a few away from 2,400 plays so far. Another major milestone. If this is your first time in the channel, or if you're unfamiliar with what our schedule is like, every Friday, 6 p.m., just right now, we play Dungeons and Dragons live for Campaign 2. Every Monday, 6 p.m., we have something called Tome of Knowledge, where we talk about any and everything D&D, whether it's the movie that just came out, any news, all sorts of fun stuff planned for that. And then Tuesday nights, you can watch Bunny Dreadful do some fantastic D&D art. And if you have noticed, we have some brand new art and some brand new scenes that were done by Bunny Dreadful herself. So those portraits look fantastic. Very, very happy. And you worked your ass off for it. So you deserve all the love there. Aside from that, if you want Caches and Cantrips merch, if you want anything that says Sweet Justice on it, you have to get it before the end of this month, because all of the Sweet Justice Campaign 1 merch is going to be gone at the end of the month. So, and it will not come back. Even though Bun says I might, I'm not bringing it back. That's it. Never coming back. So if you want it, you got to get it. And then we're going to shut down the shop for a bit to prepare for Campaign 2 things. So it's there until the end of the month. Aside from that, if you didn't know, we have a Patreon where we have some early access to things like our podcasts. There's also a very interesting tier on there. It's on the Platinum tier, which, if you so choose, if you go to that tier, you can actually help me create an NPC in our campaign. There's a couple people I have to reach out to now since the campaign's officially started, but if you want to directly influence the world and tell me all your wild and zany ideas for an NPC, have at it. They've been great. I think the cast loved everyone they came across in campaign 1, so
definitely
super fun.
I don't think I came across any of them. I don't think I was actually at those episodes.
You definitely did. Remember the vendor that was a mushroom, the myconid?
Nope.
You don't remember that? You might not have been here then.
She wasn't there, yeah.
And then there was the orc Duragash.
It was just like exceptionally bad luck. Yeah.
I will say really quick, I am actually.
I wasn't even here when Brandis was introduced.
What's that, Nina?
I was just looking at the merch, and I'm actually on the market for joggers and some singlets for workouts. So
Perfect.
Get him.
perfect.
Do it.
Which
right
is
now.
great for when you're listening to our podcast.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. And last but not least, if you're not part of the Discord, well, the link is right where you think it is in the chat or the description. I'm posting it now. So come hang out with us. Talk about D&D. You can feel free to post questions in there because we do have an after show called Out of Combat that occurs right after the stream, but it occurs right after, but you don't get to see it till it's posted the following week. So
What a tease, Max.
I know, what a tease. It's not live, it's YouTube only. It's another reason to go look at YouTube. But yeah, that's all the announcements I have. Any last words, anyone? Before we
Well,
get
you
started?
say that like
words.
you're
Oh,
about to kill
God.
us,
Last
though.
word?
I'm
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah, everything Max said, you can find conveniently at castersandcantrips.com. Boom.
And then I would also like to say that all of our wonderful cast members, all of their social media are in the chat or the description. So please go check them out. They're spending their time here playing D&D with us. So it'd be nice if you guys head over there and support them on their own creative endeavors as well. But yeah, any last words? I say that because one of the mods said, all right, Max, it's time to take the kid gloves off. This time it's campaign 2. So
Oh, so you're going to kill us.
no.
Swear, if you kill these characters after I just spent all week drawing character art, we are gonna have words.
It
It's
can
right. We'll find a
happen.
way.
I know I said
happen.
this about Vin, but Taj has a twin sister that has the exact same stats.
Dude, I could just do a color shift in Photoshop, no problem.
Love that.
Perfect.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
My character conveniently has a twin as well.
Named
In the
Dazric.
event that there is dead.
Mine does not. So if it's over, it's over. And I'm gone.
But anyway, without any further ado, no more announcements. Let's go ahead and get settled in for tonight's episode of Casters and Cantrips, Campaign 2. Welcome to Erebos, the Broken Continent, a tropical paradise once known for its pristine locales and turquoise waters. But centuries ago, a cataclysmic event shook the lands to its core. The mouth of the abyss, massive hole in the pinnacle depths, tore open, shattering the continent into a myriad of islands and leaving a scar that still lingers to this day. The cause of this disaster was a fanatical wizard whose name has since been forgotten in the sands of time, and their insatiable thirst for power led to untold destruction, forever changing the fate of Erebos. In the aftermath, the city-states of Erebos rose from the ashes, but not without consequences. The use of arcane magic became highly regulated by the Sine Arcanum, a law enforced by the zealous Divine Order of Conservancy. The apostles of the order, funded by all 6 city-states, now regulate and police the use of illegal magic across the entire Broken Continent. Among the city-states, Rosadon stands out as the most severe, prohibiting any form of arcane magic within its walls. But outside the city-states, a different kind of danger lurks. The sea surrounding Erebos is infested with piracy, with corsairs known as the Patronage, led by ruthless captains, wreaking havoc and plundering ships. It's a world where alliances shift, secrets abound, and survival is uncertain. In this volatile setting, our group of unlikely allies find themselves thrown together, all sharing a jail cell deep in the heart of Rosadon. Each are scheduled for execution for breaking the Sine Arcanum. As they gather in this dimly lit cell, the group must quickly come up with a plan to navigate the challenges that lie ahead and clear their names, I would like each of you to describe your characters in this dark and dreary jail cell. And we will start with Azric.
Ah, God. You see in this dim-lit cell a man of not very tall stature, about average height, but with bronze golden skin, as if this person has been roasting in the sun their entire life, with this beautiful shoulder-length wavy white hair with hues of blue, and you will see a scar on their right cheek that kind of forms up into a Y. And when you look into this person's eyes, you see radiant blue opal colors, as if you're looking into the sea itself. And this person is wearing kind of like a, not a vestment, but like a trench coat, but with the sleeves cut off because they're rock star. Chest exposed, gray pants, knee-high boots, and feathers coming out underneath the shirt.
Next, I would like Emmy to describe the audience what she looks like.
Want me? Hey, well, huddled in the corner, you see a small-looking girl. She looks to be an adult, but very young. She has dark hair and really pale skin. In the dark light, it's hard to tell, but it definitely doesn't look tanned. You're not really sure she's ever been out in the sun before. It's a little weird. And she's wearing what looks like mismatched clothing that she's sort of used ribbons to kind of make it fit her a little bit better than it maybe originally did, and lots of belts to hold things on. She's got a lot of weird little devices and things strapped to her belt. You're not really sure what's going on. She makes some weird jangly noises when she moves around in the corner. Her eyes are blue, but also they are huge because they are absolutely magnified tenfold in the giant spectacles. One minute, that she's wearing. So her eyes have sort of this buggy appearance. It's almost all you can see is eyeballs behind the glasses. And you can see her little elvish ears pointing out amongst a mass of tangled, curly, frizzy, the most frizzy hair you've really ever seen on a person. You're not really sure how she managed that.
Next, I would like Aiden to describe himself to the rest of the group.
Okay. Well, leaning against the bars, kind of casually towards the front of the cell, you see what appears to be a half-elven man, standing 5'11", maybe 6 foot, hard to tell. He's wearing a long, dark grayish-blue overcoat with a hood over his head. He is would be wielding, if he had his equipment with him, a sword in one hand, a saber, and a short sword in the other. He has about knee-high leather boots, leather gloves, sort of red waist belt with a leather belt over top of it with some utility pockets. He has sun-kissed skin, as if he too spends a bit of time out in the sunlight, a bit of scruff, kind of like mine. And if you can see his eyes, he has grayish blue eyes, very strong features, cuts a handsome figure, and yeah, he's just kind of eyeing the outside of the cell, watching as guards pass by and trying to come up with a plan inside his head.
Up next, I would like Taj to describe herself to the rest of the group.
Taj is like walking up and down like the jail cell, like bars, like flirtatiously, like you know when you stick your hand out of a car window and you're like waving it up and down, you know? So she's like using her fingers to like softly wave like up and down the bars, and she's like kind of just pacing kind of slowly but very flirtatiously. She is dressed in a layered long skirt with leggings and super cute fashionable boots. It's like a petticoat style, like shirt dress thing with like another shorter jacket over, like all kind of like maroon, purples, blues, blacks, like that kind of color scheme. And she's just like anyone who looks at her, like she catches eyes in like a winky way.
And last but certainly not least, Cooter, please describe yourself to the rest of the group.
Right in the middle of the jail cell, you just see this little turtle shell about a foot or two in diameter, just rocking slowly on its back because she's inside there. She's got this, the shell is like this greeny brown, like booger colored, you know, it's a little bit old, a little bit rough, has some like pockmarks in it, it's a bit weathered, and it's just slowly rocking back and forth with a belt around it and this bright, like purple, like grape colored scarf, or what's it called, like a shawl, just kind of draped over the belly, and just no limbs, just holes rocking back and forth.
And as we all
And
see,
we will find out more later.
Mhm. And as we all see this group sort of biding their time, planning and scheming in this damp jail cell, there's also another person in the far corner, sort of an elderly dwarven man who has a long beard about as white as snow, dark black eyebrows, and long hair that's going from black to gray to white. He's got dark green eyes, very weathered features from his age on his face. Wearing but a simple tunic and some trousers, no shoes or anything else to his name. But as we see all of these figures in this lonely jail cell in the heart of Rosadon, some questions come to mind. In this quest for freedom and redemption, will they unravel the mysteries of the broken continent, evade the enforcers of the Sine Arcanum, and cross blades with the patronage? Or will their tale come to an abrupt end, hanging from the gallows by morning? But first, in order to see how we got here, and what the present whole is, we must first go back several hours ago to see how they all wound up in this cell in the first place. So, several hours before, both Azric and Taj, from your long journey at sea, which was rough, tumbled, very unpleasant, to say the least, and you found your way to the shores of Rosadon, but in the moment, you didn't care where you were as long as you weren't in the ocean anymore. You sustained several injuries from harsh storms of the spring, thirst, dehydration, lack of food. But as you stumbled to shore, you were taken in. Some friendly townsfolk, unaware of your checkered past, found help for you, and you both awaken in a sort of medical facility, you may guess. Tables behind you of of potions brewing, concoctions bubbling, staff walking to and fro, checking on other injured people. But there's one thing that you both know in your lives is that while they may help you and get you back on your feet, these are the kind of people that ask questions. And for some people, especially in Rosadon, answers to those questions can make you wind up dead. What do you do?
Who's it again?
Taj and Azric.
I knew that. I was taking notes.
So here you are, both a little worse for wear, but healed up for
We
the
see
most
each
part.
other, right?
You're right next to each other.
And you said that we're chained to the bed, or
You're just in a medical facility at the moment.
not like handcuffed or anything. Like there's nothing preventing us from standing up.
Correct.
Is there any staff around or guards or anything like that?
You see staff. You don't see any guards at the moment. Just doctors, other medical people tending to the wounded and the sick in this side of the ward.
Taj, I think it's best if we get out of here.
Do you know how to get out of here?
We'll just sneak right on out. We draw too much attention. It's not going to bode well for the both of us.
Well, do you know the way that we came in?
Well, look around to see if there's any straight line to get out of here, or maybe a window.
From where you are, you can see that you are at least a couple floors up. There is a window you can see outside in sort of the very advanced looking city. You've never really seen technology like this before, but it appears that this entire humongous city is just a marvel of engineering itself. The problem is that none of your belongings are with you.
Oh. I'm gonna look in cabinets or maybe a chest, maybe something that would look like they would store people's equipment or items, clothing.
Sure. Are you trying to do this silently, or do you care if anyone hears you?
Silently.
All right, give me a stealth roll. First roll of the campaign, make it good.
Oh boy, here we go. That would be a 4.
A 4. So, as you're looking through cabinets in this particular room, you can see that as you're rifling through some sort of thin drawered cabinets, you just see medical equipment. And there's one drawer that seems to be stuck. And as you're trying your best to sort of keep it to open slowly, it gets unstuck rather abruptly. And you can hear the drawer come open. Where you've looked now, these are not your belongings. And you can see as the sort of abrupt sound enters the hall, there's a medical personnel that looks over towards the room to see you standing there.
I'm gonna immediately turn around and place my elbow against the wall and be like, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Puzzled, this sort of rotund halfling woman comes down the hallway and says, "Is there something I can help you with? Are you feeling better?"
Oh yes, feeling much better. But if we can get our belongings and be on our way. We would be very appreciative. And thank you, of course, for tending to our wounds. But we are all ready to go.
Yeah, hospital bills in this day and age are way too much for us.
All right, well, I'll have to fill out some paperwork, you see, and well, we'll get your belongings, but a few more minutes, if you don't mind. Just have a seat, be comfortable.
And where would our belongings be?
Yeah, we can.
Just so we know when
start-
we leave that
Yeah.
we can get our
Oh.
items.
Of course, when I come back, I'll have the paperwork for you to sign, and then I'll go to the supply closet. And she just points at a room across the hallway, about 2 doors down. Get all your belongings, and that'll be that.
Very well. We shall be waiting.
And she just sort of nods and closes the drawer that you opened that was stuck. And then you see her sort of shove it a little, and then just kind of force it, like she knows there's a trick to it to get the drawer to open and close. And then she turns around and goes back towards a large sort of desk reception type area where she's sits down and starts looking for some things.
And she's in this room at a desk.
Down the hallway.
All right, well, if we got to go, we have to go now, Taj. Otherwise, I hate paperwork.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
I'm gonna keep my head out the door, look down the hallway to see if she's paying attention or not.
She's not currently.
Hey, quickly, and we'll try to tippy-toe to the supply closet.
Mm-hmm. Both of you make a stealth roll.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna use my new liquid core dice.
Yeah.
Fuck.
17.
Dice jail. 2.
All right, so Azric, use yours. Have your back to the wall, looking through the hallway. You wait till she's looking down, and you dart across, open the door, and you wave Taj into this small supply closet. Taj, with you rolling a 2, what happens for you to be discovered?
I am. So we're in the hallway, and she discovers me.
Yes, she at least hears you.
Does she like do we lock eyes? Does she see me?
Mhm. Yes.
Where's the bathroom?
So you sort of trip into the hallway, and she looks up. She goes, "It's the other direction, but you're almost out of here. Just hold on, just a minute."
I really need to go, if you know what I mean.
All right. Well, and she sort of points. It's 2 doors further away from where you are. Off you go then.
And I actually do like tiptoe and go to the bathroom. And then I like look back at Azric and I wink.
Yep. So you make it to the bathroom, and she's sort of just keeping an eye on you. Azric, easy enough. You can find both of your bags, your belongings, everything that you had with you are just here in this supply closet. Like they were dumped there. Easy enough to find.
All right, I'll gather both our belongings and get geared up, and then I think I'll wait for Taj to return.
Okay. So about the similar amount of time as you gathering all the supplies, getting kitted out, and getting Taj's things ready to go. Taj, it's up to you of whenever you're going to leave the restroom here. But as you do leave and you look, you see the attendant is now talking to someone. And as you're peeking your head out the door, you can't see quite yet who they're talking to.
I cast invisibility on myself and then walk right out of the bathroom and go to Azric. And
I have a question for you.
Mm.
How are you casting this spell? Are you using anything in particular to keep your voice from being heard in the casting, or are you just casting the spell in the restroom?
I have subtle spell.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, fancy.
So I cast it subtly.
Very well. Mark off your usage of subtle spell. You were able to cast invisibility on yourself without anyone the wiser, as you were by yourself in the room. And as you make your way back towards Azric, you can see that the attendant is speaking directly to what looks to be a town guard. Sort of azure blue uniform, brass adornments, and a matching sort of brown, or sorry, azure blue helmet on top. When she's discussing and looking down the hallway to see if anyone's looking and is pointing down the direction that you went.
I just walk right past them, and since Azric and I have been like longtime friends and been in situations together, he would know that when I like poke his side in like a flirtatious way, that it's me invisible.
Perfect. So you don't get quite up to the desk, you go to the supply closet before, and then you give Azric a little poke in his side as he's gathering belongings.
Correct.
Oh, hush! I told you many times not to tickle me like that.
Shh. There's a guard over there.
Oh. I have your belongings.
I think if I put them on, they also become invisible, right?
I'll say yeah, that makes sense right now.
Okay.
To me, anyway.
Yeah, I'll take everything and put it on.
All right, well, let's get out of here, yeah?
Mm.
And Azric will also use Subtle Spell and cast
Mhm.
Invisibility.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Amazing. So you use your subtle spell and cast invisibility, and both of you seemingly disappear from sight, from anywhere, and as you prepare to leave the supply closet for your journey elsewhere, you can hear the footsteps of someone walking by towards the direction that you came from, where your beds were in this medical ward.
What does this person look like?
A guard.
Ah,
If you poke your head out and see, which doesn't matter because you're invisible. So
yeah, we're gonna try to scutty on down the stairs or out a window or something.
Yeah, the best way to get out is the way we go.
okay, so you could ascertain that probably if there's a desk somewhere, there's a door leading to lower floors. While you are invisible, you still need to make stealth rolls to see if you can leave quietly.
Okay.
That's how invisibility works, because if you're sprinting down the hallway, they can hear you, but they sure can't see you. So
Well,
would we have advantage on our stealth rolls for being invisible?
they have disadvantage on perception to see you,
Okay.
is how it works.
well, and we wouldn't be sprinting, would we?
No, because you're sneaking.
no.
That's why you're making this
Yeah.
stealth roll.
Okay, I thought you said sprinting. I was like, I
No,
don't think
I'm
we're
just
doing
saying
that.
if just because you're invisible, if you sprint down a hallway, it doesn't.
Oh, I see. That was
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I thought I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
12.
12.
$17.
17. Alrighty. You both sort of sneak out of the medical ward without any issue. No one detects your presence as you're sort of being quiet, going through. You find a set of stairs to work your way downward. And as you're sort of getting down to what you think may be the ground floor here, you hear shouting upstairs. Muffled shouting. At this level, you're not sure what words are being said. But as you're sort of quietly making your way out, you hear more shouting. You see a pair of guards running from the bottom floor up to the floor that you were just at, sort of in response to this yelling and shouting.
Time to go.
That's our cue to go. Let's hurry.
Mm.
We're gonna try to
And
just get out of here while the guards are distracted.
All
Mhm.
right. Very well. So you make your way out of this sort of medical ward here, and you hear alarm bells starting to ring. in guard stations around this ward. Maybe due to the sudden disappearance of some patients. But you enter the city streets of Rosadon with hunger pangs in your stomach, thirst at your lips. While they did resuscitate you, it feels like it's been a good 18 hours since you had a good meal. Where do you go? What do you do?
I think we should maybe find a bite outside of city limits.
That's a great idea, Taj. While we're invisible, we should just swing by a stall, grab some food, maybe steal some jugs of ale, and be on all merry.
Let's do it.
We're gonna use our nose to follow the smells of delicious food.
Sure. Outside of this this sort of medical ward, it's probably taken you a good 10-15 minutes to make your way out of here silently. And you're not sure the sort of layout. None of you have either been here. So I'd like whoever to make an investigation check to see if you can find some food, good place to eat.
I can do that.
As the sort of area of town that you were in is not that kind of place.
21.
21. Very well. So you find it quicker than you thought you would. So aside from the 15 minutes in the ward, as you're making your way out of this section of town, you go directly towards the market square. Only about a 20-minute walk or so. So here you are in the market, about 35 or so, 40 minutes have passed. In a sort of a very open air market where there are stalls all around in sort of around the edge of the circular market, as well as sort of lines and lines of different shops, food, drink, what have you.
I like look at like stalls of food and just kind of like take a piece of bread and shove it in my mouth.
All right. I will say for this, just make a sleight of hand check and just do it with advantage because they can't see you. So
Yeah.
I'll let you have that.
21.
21. You swipe a piece of bread and take it, and it's delicious, freshly baked bread.
Azric, over here. There's bread.
Yeah, I was just gonna maybe look for maybe some skewer or something, like a saute, just meat on a stick, and just try to chomp it down.
Easy enough. You can find it. Make another sleight of hand.
Okay. 13.
13. Yeah, you can swipe this saute right off the grill. And as you're sort of walking away, chewing on it, as you were walking away invisible, the shopkeeper turns around and sees skewer missing, looks around, looks on the floor to see if it's fallen, and seems a little bit perplexed as to what's happened.
All right.
So
And then I'm
with-
gonna look for a drink, and then I'm gonna yell for Taj, like, Taj, let's get out of here.
As I'm like you said it was kind of like an open
Mhm.
eating, like so as I'm like walking by like tables where other people are like eating outside or whatever, I like grab someone's egel, like chug it down, put it like and put the cup down, and then like kind of just like wistfully like walk over to Azric, like obviously so invisible, but kind
Which-
of like the vibes of shoot, that movie with the witches and they're old, but then they're not old. What's that movie called?
Oh, are you thinking of
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus with
Yeah,
like
the blonde girl.
Yes.
Are you Sarah Jessica Parker right now?
Honestly, yes.
I was gonna
Okay,
say
so-
Beth becomes her, but
so you said you've grabbed someone's drink. Is it from their hand or
It's on the table.
on the table? You grab the drink and you drink it and slam it back down, and someone's full cup is now empty in front of them. Is like, oh, the fuck, who drank my drink? And he looks at someone standing beside the table, and you see him shove him. Hey, what the hell? What's interesting about this is you're both invisible. You can't see each other to find each other, so you have to communicate, or like you said, yell, let's get out of here. But you can eventually find each other.
I would find a landmark and yell for Taj to meet me there.
All right. So as you've found your food and drink, you've meandered through this crowded open air market. You find this landmark, and about an hour or so has passed, a few more minutes maybe. You find an easy landmark there in the middle of a tall sort of bronze statue. And this statue is of a gnomish man with sort of long facial hair and friendly mutton chops fashion, with a tuft of hair out of the chin, sort of a comb over hair, long sort of pointed ears, wearing these sort of like resplendent robes with etchings, rings on his fingers, and a small pair of spectacles on his nose. And you can see the inscription. It says Arbiter Scipio underneath it. Arbiter Scipio, interpreter of the Codex. So as you find each other at this landmark, your invisibility wears off. You are safely away from the medical ward. Hayden, as you are sort of perusing this open air market, finding yourself some food and drink as you do, with your passive perception, you see two people just just present themselves out of thin air in the middle of the square. You can also see some guards making their way through the crowd, as there has been a fight broken out over some squabble about ale or drink. Someone's stolen it. Someone's pointing at this person and shouting thief, that they stole their meat from their stand there. And things are getting a little wild in this marketplace at the moment.
Even with all that noise going on, he's just having just seen the two appear out of the corner of his eye. His focus is on them too, but he's kind of, he's not making it obvious that he's staring at them. He's kind of at a vendor stall and making it look like he peruses the merchandise while keeping a side-eye glance on them too. And I'm just kind of eyeing them up and down, trying to get a measure of who they might be.
Very well.
Well, that went splendidly, Taj. I think we escaped the authorities in this area.
I think so too. What do we do now?
Well, I think we need to get our bearings. I mean, we barely made it out of that whole mutiny situation. That went very poorly.
Oh, I forgot. and I, in my like bag, like a satchel, I grab and show Azric what is the captain's rudder. And for those of you at home, because I totally know you know this and I know this, that a rudder is basically a handbook of sailing directions, nautical charts, and mostly important vital information on shipping lanes that are perfect for plundering. Very
Yeah,
valuable for any
girl.
pirate.
Oh, wow, brilliant! But I mean, now that they don't have that and we do, they're more screwed than ever.
Mm-hmm. And we can find maybe our next plunder.
I think that is a brilliant idea, my dear.
In mid-conversation, as you were talking next to this statuette, a short elf who's got her eyes looking at the large, tall buildings all around the square, almost in awe, runs into the back of you, Taj. And it is Emmy.
Excuse
sorry,
me, dear.
I didn't see you there. I mean, I'm so sorry. That it was totally my fault. I didn't mean to.
And she like twirls her hair and is like, it's okay. Just watch out where you're going next time.
Yes, I will. Can you point me towards where I could get something to eat? Be perhaps?
And I like point over to like the bar fight that's happening behind us.
I put my arm around Taj and I'm like, I would not advise you go that direction. There seems to be a kerfuffle happening about. Some sort of fist fight, perhaps. So maybe it's best if you just maybe not get involved.
Fight? Do we need to help someone?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You never run headfirst into a fight, my dear. Please. Let the gods handle it.
We just we're just stand here and do and do
Taj
nothing.
and I are standing here. You can do as you please. My pointy-eared friend.
Sorry. Well, do you know anywhere else I could get something to eat?
I mean, maybe the closest stall here to the left, where the excitement isn't happening. Yes.
He kind of like blinks through her glasses and like looks around, like looking for food.
Actually, do you know where we are? We're new here. We don't have the lay of the land.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes, my name is Azric, by the way. This is my friend Taj. We just arrived, and we're trying to discover where to go next, and just the general knowledge. If you so inclined have that information, I'd be so appreciative.
I mean,
And I like
way.
bow and put my hand out as if like I'm like shaking hers.
Amy doesn't understand that, and she kind of turns around, finally pulled away from the fight that she was kind of staring at and looking for food, and notices Azric for the first time, and kind of like peers up at him through her glasses. And she just kind of stands there and stammers for a little bit.
Spit it out.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know where, we're in, the surface land.
Surface
I
land.
like lean and whisper over
Surface.
to Azric. Do you think she's a spy?
Believe me, she's a spy. I'm amazed that she's alive.
Mm.
The
Mm.
surface land? I'm sorry.
This is the city of the land. I
Do you
know
not
where
know
we are.
where you are?
I know where I am. I know where I am.
Okay, so can you elaborate, please? Is the name of the town?
So as you're discussing and interrogating poor Emmy, you can see that the fight is almost broken up as some other guards have sort of come in the area to sort of break up the little kerfuffle there in the stalls.
Are they heading our direction?
It's funny that you say that, as they are hauling off two of the two that were arguing. There's about 5 guards, one holding one each person involved in the fight. There are 3 others that are escorting them, And in classic DM fashion, one of them rolled a natural 20 on his perception as they're walking by. And you see that they're walking through the middle of the square, heading towards a different direction where you came from, out of the marketplace here. And you can see that this guard is sort of a young man, sort of in his prime. He's a short blonde hair, light blue eyes, clean shaven, with the little short sideburns. And as he's walking by behind those that are being sort of led along, he locks eyes with you, Azric, as he's walking by, and he gives it the classic side eye. And as he walks further away, he turns completely around and looks at you again. And he says, "Hey, that's them! That's them from the medical ward!" And you see two more guards spin around on their heels.
Pleasure to meet you. We need to leave.
I grab Taj and Emmy's hand and I just book it. I'm like pull them to the opposite direction.
Yeah, I run with them. I don't know what's happening. I just know I don't know what surface people do. I run with them.
Yes.
Surface
You can use her,
people?
Taj.
Hmm?
You can use her. Just maybe as a scapegoat. Let's go.
Ooh, I like it. Okay.
It's escape. No, okay.
So
Just
you
come
all
along.
run through the square. They pass by you, Hayden, and you can see that there more guards are being alerted of their presence here in this square. What would you like to do?
I noticed as they begin to look like it's time for them to get out of here, and I just, as they run by, I watch them as they go and kind of get an idea of which direction they might be headed, and I go ahead and climb on the nearest building. I assume maybe like a 1-story or 2-story building.
Easy enough.
And I intend to pursue them from the rooftops.
All right. Imi, Azric, and Taj, you are being chased by the guards of Rosadon. We're going to have a skill challenge.
Sorry, I didn't
All
realize.
right.
I love a skill challenge.
So
Skill
what I would like
challenge.
for you all to do is anything descriptive that you would use to perhaps get away from these guards, any skill that you'd like to use, any spell that you'd like to cast, or any sort of ability you'd like to use, let me know. And we can roll for it if it makes sense. You need 6 successes, and you will fail if you reach 4 failures.
Okay.
Azric, start with you.
As we're running, I'm going to use Mage Hand
All right.
to spill some kind of liquid contents that's slippery or maybe a tar or anything like that. Or oil.
Okay. I with Mage Hand, that was going to, I'll count that as an automatic success. You are casting a spell.
Correct.
They absolutely are certain that you are a spellcaster at the moment. However, you do trip up one of the guards as he slips into this sort of large pool of wine that you've spilled into the streets. As he's the first one by and slips on his face as the others sort of hop over and go around him. So you do have 1 success here. Taj.
I look at another guard and cast Toll of the Dead on them.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm not going to make you roll to attack. I will just have you roll the damage on this guard,
Okay.
on Toll the Dead for this guard.
And what
That's
I
gonna
want
be-
it to look like is like I am like mind bending them, you know, and they're like almost like frozen with fear because they're seeing their life flash before their eyes, kind of vibe
Go for it.
is what I'm hoping to go for.
the gallows for sure then.
I was gonna say, I think I figured out why we're in jail.
2.
A 2. Okay. So as you cast this Toll the Dead, and they sort of look around, and you see their eyes sort of racing with just the fear of death crossing over their mind, and they shake it off after taking some damage and continue the chase. But that is an automatic success. They are certain you are both most definitely arcane spellcasters at this point. Emmy.
Sick. We're fucked.
Did I see the person get deaded?
They're not dead, but they're injured. They took.
How are they looking?
They look lightly injured.
Okay. Emmy's going to cast Panic.
I thought you were gonna say cast healed. I was about to be like this bitch.
So you're going to.
I cast Panic.
So, go ahead.
I fail.
Yeah, describe how
I don't
Emmy
know why
panics in
we're
this
running.
situation.
I don't know who these people are, and she just attacks someone for no reason. Emmy, what? What? You can cast magic? You can cast? What? Why'd you do that? Oh my god, I think he's hurt. Are we the bad guys? And then I'm just gonna start crying.
And as you look back and see the horror in your eyes and in tears falling down your face that you're in some deep shit now, as you turn back around, you don't notice the stall that's in your way, and you barrel through this stall and into the patron that was looking into some sort of bits and tinkering bobs and stuff. Cooter, what happens when Emmy barrels into you from this chase?
She's looking into some stuff and just she basically just like topples over and pops back into her shell, and you just hear this whoa, oh my goodness, oh
I think I killed someone. Their head's gone.
Emmy, do you try and help her up?
Yes.
Okay, you reach your hand out to Cooter, and do you accept? Do you get up or allow her to help you up?
Yeah, she just kind of slowly, like one arm pops out of the shell and her little beady black eyes kind of pop out of the shell, and one kind of appendage at a time while she's trying to get her bearings. And she pulls her glasses out of her shell too, and oh dear,
Sure.
are you
You're a
all right,
tortoise.
love?
Are you? I didn't know they had tortoises that big that could walk on land.
She's like looking all the way up at Emmy, like, oh, well, there aren't many of us, love, but there are a couple.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh,
ma'am?
love, I'm perfectly fine. Perfectly. Are you all right? You look a little bit panicked there, dear.
I think I have to run now. I don't know what's happening. Okay, bye.
Oh, but are you sure? And
As-
it just like stares off at Emmy, like
As-
bolting
Before
away.
Emmy bolts, you see the guards turn the corner and they see Emmy talking to Cooter.
Uh-oh.
And you see the guards say, "There's more of them. There's at least 4 now." Cooter, you see some very angry guards with weapons drawn, pointing at you and Emmy and 2 people that just ran by you.
And she's just looking around like, excuse me, sir, what? What's happening?
Emmy, do you leave her behind to get captured because of you?
Oh no, not if I realize that. I'm
Mhm.
gonna like grab. Oh, come with me. Grandma. And I grab her hand and I start trying to walk with her, but I'm being very like mild-mannered and considerate because she is my elder and that is the proper way. But I'm trying to get her to move a little bit faster. That's right. 1 foot.
I'm just like
now, the
trotting
foot.
next to
Let's
her.
go. You can do it. Oh my god.
All right.
And then I'm just like, darling, how fast can you run?
Oh, I could run faster if you want me to.
And then Kuda just looks up at her and goes, it looks like you're in a little bit of a pickle, darling. So you go ahead down this hall and around the corner, and I'll see you there. And then she casts Expeditious Retreat and just like goes, dashes down the hall and around the corner.
Okay,
Amazing.
I'm gonna turn and see the guards, and I now has my entire. They're not my party yet, but has my entire party completely outpaced me?
They have but one moment, so I will count that last action from Cooter as her turn in this sort of skills challenge.
Indeed.
And we'll grant her a success for casting Expeditious Retreat and just getting the hell out of here. Hayden, you see all of this transpire from the rooftop as you're keeping pace. Anything you like to do? Or would you stay out of it?
Yeah. I noticing that the guards have caught up because of the crash and tumble into each other and the conversation. I'm gonna look ahead and maybe I see that there's a roof being worked on and there's some sort of crane or pulley device hauling up lumber towards the roof. I would like to see if this is a thing that exists right now. If I could, going by, cut the rope so that the lumber would drop down the street between the guard and the folks running away in order to try and at least halt the guard or slow them down so they have to climb over it.
Absolutely.
In order to help them escape a little faster, and then I'm going to keep running along.
Absolutely. What skill do you think corresponds with that? I'm going to say sleight of hand unless you have a better idea.
You know,
Or maybe athletics.
yeah, I mean, we'll say sleight of hand. That's
Go for it.
because I'm going to be trying to attempt it as I'm running by.
Mhm.
So, let's see. First roll, come on. Not bad. It's a 16.
A 16. As you're running by, you quickly sort of cut these ropes, and the roof starts to fall underneath you, but you are able to sort of hop off to the next roof as sort of scaffolding and construction sort of just falls into the street, taking a couple of the guards out. That's 4 successes to 1 failure. Back to Azric. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm going to grab 10 silver pieces and throw them in the air and scream out, "Free money!" and trying to get people to like run towards the middle to kind of form a blockade.
Okay. I'm going to say it's a performance check.
Okay.
Give me a performance roll.
11.
11. Okay. That will be the second failure. You throw your 10 silver into the street, and people start looking and like going to grab it. Kind of like, you know, when people are throwing candy off of a parade float, you know, the kids are waiting to go grab it. And you can see a group of guards come by, and just as one person goes towards the street, you see a guard almost like stiff arm him and push him down to the side of the street. He goes, "Everyone out of the street, out of the way!" And then 4 more guards run behind him. Taj.
Hmm. Can you explain like where we are at in the situation?
At this point in time, you're making your way through this giant market and sort of going down stalls, trying to make your way out to another street to get out of here. Like maybe an alleyway or something along those lines.
So we're in like the market that we were like stealing food from.
Yes. You're towards the edge now as you're making your way out.
I push over like an entire like bin of like potatoes.
Okay.
So they kind of like tumble down and like think of like people stepping on marbles and banana peels, like kind of interaction.
Yeah, maybe an athletics check to see if you can just shove it over.
Shit. Nine, because my athletics is -1.
With a 9, you see this cart, and you go to push it, and as you find the front of it like a hand cart, someone can pick it up and go with it. You push the front of it, and instead of toppling over, it sort of spins sort of around, almost kind of like going in this direction. You shove it and you try to force it over, but you realize that you can't push it all the way over without you going over with it. So you decide just fuck it, leave it there, and you still need to run instead of staying there and trying to do that. Emmy.
I try to follow Cooter's instructions to the best of my ability, so I start running towards the alley or whatever she said she'd meet me in.
Make an athletics check.
Okay, athletics for running. Okay. Oh boy. 11.
All right. 11 is not enough. This is your 4th failure. So as you're sort of sprinting through the alleyway, through the crowd, you're going through and you get basically jostled by people in the sort of streets that are looking through the stalls that the sort of guards haven't quite caught up with. And you can eventually push through them, but you're not going at speed anymore. You are going from like a sprint to try and get out of the way to like trying to swim through a sea of people, almost.
Can I
And
say,
it slows you down.
is that the final failure?
You're right. That is the final failure.
Wow,
Okay, if
okay.
that's the case, then I want to, noticing like this jumble and them not going anywhere, I'm going to like start to parkour down, like catch a windowsill, jump to a flagpole, and then come down to the street and try to weave my way into the crowd to try and pull them towards the direction, but I'm assuming I can't like make a difference.
Yep. So you can jump down through the crowd here to try and help. But at this point, the guards have caught up with you all. It is up to you all if you would like to go quietly or not. And I will leave this decision to you all.
You all notice this man that you hadn't really seen is like coming up and trying to help you. And the only thing he says to you is, looks like you jesters have done it now. There's nowhere to go. We're caught.
Jesters? Who are you calling a jester?
You lot.
Are they going to eat us?
I'm going to turn my attention to the guards closing in and kind of put my hands up and be like, easy, gents. Easy, gents. This is all a misunderstanding, okay? Let's take it easy.
Okay. So my question to the group, and we'll go with majority rules here. Are you going to stand and fight, or are you going to live to fight another day?
I'm not fighting.
And then Azric's gonna follow suit. Yeah, yes, please, guards. It's just a misunderstanding. Just not sure what happened, but everything is fine and no one's hurt. So just let us be on our way.
And Taj will like circle one of them with her like finger, like touching and going around like his shoulder blades, you know, as she like walks in circles around him. Yeah, just a misunderstanding.
Kuda's just like reaches up and holds Emmy's hand and is just like patting her hand, just like, calm down, darling. You're all right. You're all right. The guards and whatever, she's just like, oh, this mess. Are you all right, darling?
I don't know what's happening.
She's just trying to comfort Emmy.
Emmy's
And
having a full breakdown.
you
This was
can
not how she
see
saw her day going.
that sort of more guards are coming in to the sort of market square, and you can see someone is barking orders. He's barking orders. Clear the streets, everyone! Clear the streets! Get them in chains as soon as possible! And this person is wearing the same sort of azure blue uniform with the brass adornments and all like a badge signifying the Rosadon Guard. The same azure blue helmet that comes to a point with all the brass adornments in it. And this is a sort of older dwarven man with a snow white beard, who's got hair black going into gray and then into white, dark black eyebrows, and dark green eyes. He's giving orders to everyone to clear the square, to create a perimeter. And slowly but surely, this gigantic square, the people are flooding out as the guards are giving directions. And there are a few other guards that come to you all with manacles to put you in chains and to take your belongings from you.
Be careful, love. I'd like to go to dinner first.
Yes, it's all right. We are surrendering. Please, just, don't kill us, please. I'd like to live.
And Kuda's just like, sir, please, you wouldn't manhandle an elderly lady. Do I look like I have any weapons on my person, sir?
And they kind of look a little sympathetic. It's all right, madam. It's just formality. And grabs your bag, and opens it and sees a crossbow inside of it. And sort of
She's
gives
just
you
like,
a look as he sees the crossbow in your bag.
oh, come now. It's merely a trinket, sir. Look, it doesn't even work. And she like flings the little like
As you go to reach, he
and
sort
it
of
just
grabs.
goes, but it doesn't actually like do anything.
He grabs your wrist and then puts you in the chains like everyone else. And the sort of commander's like, almost got away, didn't you? Almost got away. Oh, that was a close one. And you can see sort of the guards starting to sort of murmur and whisper to themselves. And you see across the way, as this market is clearing out, you see a woman, probably in her mid 40s or so, some amount of elvish lineage noted by the pointed ears, fair skinned, above average height, with sort of sun-kissed skin. She's got long black hair with portions of it pulled into a bun on top of her head. She's wearing maroon breeches that are tucked in to leather boots. She has a high-collared white blouse with a sort of dark-colored black vest and a black overcoat with gold adornments on the coat and gold epaulets on the shoulders. And you can see around her neck in plain view is a golden medallion that sits on her chest.
What color are her eyes, though?
Her eyes are a dark brown.
Do we like recognize this medallion? Is it like meaningful?
I'd like you all to make a history check for me.
14.
12.
8.
17.
So the 8, Hayden, you're not really sure. It just looks like some bling. Maybe it's important. You assume it's important because the lady looks important, but maybe not. You're not entirely sure. The rest of you, easy enough. This is a medallion that signifies someone's allegiance to the Divine Order of Conservancy. They are known as apostles in their own order. Most people just call them hunters, as one of their main objectives is to hunt magic users who either are not registered in the area that they are in, or in this case in Rosadon are there illegally in the first place. It is polished gold with engravements and embossments. There's a central sort of symbol of sort of a closed lock that symbolizes the apostles' role in locking away the dangerous powers of the abyss and preventing its access to the world, as well as circular inscriptions around it that read the Divine Order of Conservancy. And there are also symbols with a sword and a shield on hers as well that symbolizes her role as an enforcer of the Sine Arcanum and defending against illegal arcane magic. There's also a stylized eye in the upper right corner as well. You all can recognize this, and I believe it was Cooter, you had a 17. This just isn't any hunter. This specifically is Apostle Amelie Fairlight, who is renowned for being both efficient and ruthless in her judgments. So your initial inclination is that you are in deep shit at the moment, to put it lightly.
But I can't voice any of these concerns because we're all kind of in a chained up bundle with a bunch of guards.
You can say whatever information you'd like. You're just there in handcuffs.
Do I know of Amelie specifically?
She's
I would know
renowned.
of her
She's
from
very famous. So think of there are a couple arms.
Does she have like a title, like other than her name, like commander or captain or
They are all known as apostle.
apostle?
And what was her name again?
Amelie Fairlight.
Amelie
Like-
Fairlight.
So Kuta just kind of like, she's just sitting there with her chains on, chilling with everyone else, and she kind of, her glasses were like half hanging off her face in the kerfuffle, and she's just like, "Oh, good day, Apostle. Would you mind helping out a sweet old bird with her glasses, love?"
And she sort of just stares at you and sort of looks taken aback at the audacity of you even speaking to her. And she sort of looks down upon you, both quite literally, but also very figuratively, as she thinks and knows that she's better than you. First off, I did not say you could speak, heretic. Keep your mouth closed, or I will do it for you.
Oh my, absolutely. And then she just like pops her head a little bit down into her shell, just
And she sort
no
of
more chatter from me.
she steps over to the commander, sort of her hands behind her back clasped, sort of taking in the whole situation. And the commander sort of immediately says, "Yes, Apostle, we've caught those that are believed to be breaking the Sine Arcanum, and they weren't gonna get away from us." And she looks at the commander of the guard who was giving the orders, and she just says, "Ah, Commander Bedell, they did get away from you though, didn't they? Because I know they were in the medical ward, and they escaped right under your nose. Now, we can't let this sort of incompetence reign free in the city-states, especially Rosadon, now can we?" No, of course, madam. I will make sure that the guards are properly disciplined and retrained on the abilities of seeking out such arcane heretics. Oh, I'm sure you will. I'm sure someone will, at least. Because, unfortunately for you, I don't give second chances, Commander. And she grabs his wrist and places manacles on him and just shoves him into your group. And she sort of begins to orate to the rest of the guards there as the square is being evacuated. Let this be a lesson to you all. The divine order of the Conservancy does not tolerate failure. I hope my message is received loud and clear. And she looks to the nearest guard that was the one that you were trying to talk to, Cooter, to, give an old lady a chance. Looks rather mild-mannered, looks scared shitless in this moment. She looks over to him. Yes, God. You are to make sure, personally, that this group of heretics makes their way directly to jail cell. Once I have settled in Rosadon, I will be interrogating them personally. Is that understood? And he just shakes his head, and it's like, all right, all of you, follow me, and gets a couple of guards to escort you all back to the jail cell in which this adventure had started. And you can see the apostle sort of walking down the streets in a different direction, taking a look at the wreckage left behind from the chase, from the fight earlier. And that is where we'll take our break for tonight.
Oh my God.
So, for those of you who don't know, we will take a break here for a few minutes, and we will come back with some more action here. So don't go anywhere.
No, go somewhere. Get your snacks. Get all the snacks and come back.
Get
That's
your
what I'm
come
about
back.
to do.
That's a key word here.
Yes.
Yeah,
get your snacks,
yeah.
Get some beverages, stretch your appendages, but come right back. And where we will see more of our new motley crew and figure out how the hell they're going to get out of this. So don't go anywhere.
Arrested.
And we will be right back, everybody. And welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, you have stretched your appendages, gotten some snacks, and we can jump right back into the action. So, where we had left off, after a daring chase, unfortunately being caught by the guards and some other people getting caught up in your shenanigans, you all are captured and you are all in the cell that was described at the beginning of this session. You can see Commander Adele in the cell with you, stripped of his armor, his adornments, his weaponry, everything that signified him of being a commander of the guard. As he's just
that
sort
was
of
him.
wearing a ratty tunic and some trousers, as
What
he's
was
sort
his
of
name?
Commander Bedell.
Bedell.
As he's sitting in the corner of the cell, just sort of head in his hands.
Commander, or former commander. Sorry, don't know how it goes, but what are these as a false bar? Yes, and I'm hitting the bars of the cell.
Mm-hmm. And he just looks up, and you can see like just his eyes are like just full of tears, but he's trying to hold it together. This man's life is pretty much over. And just says, I want nothing to do with you. It's your fault that I'm in this mess. Just puts his head back down.
Well, my stout fellow, this is when one door closes, another one opens, like this door cell that you're going to help us with. You can swallow in your misery, or you can get on with your life and help us get out of here.
And sort of looks at you all. I don't know what you expect me to do. I have nothing. I have nothing left. We're all as good as dead. So piss off.
Now. Okay. Let's keep cooler heads. I take it you know several of the guards here, Commander.
I do.
Okay. And would these men still be loyal to you, even stripped of your rank?
I highly doubt it because of the apostle here. Anyone who
Yeah,
helps
now.
me will be branded a heretic and executed.
Surely they must be close to you in some way. Listen, I don't know what they got planned for you, but we all have a date with the gallows. I hope you're spared that fate, but it's not certain. So we should all do what we can.
Actually,
Get
can
the fuck out of here.
I'm really confused. Why are we heretics?
You have no idea where you are.
Taj and I arrived by shore and woke up inside the medical facility, and we have absolutely no idea where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a crime to be this good looking? I think not.
Same.
No, you picked the worst place to cast your magic. They don't take kindly to that here.
What?
We're surrounded by bigots.
Yes, in a sense.
Okay, so are you alluding that magic is illegal in this shit town?
On the whole of this land.
The whole land?
Rosendrum, yes.
You all are keenly aware of the laws of the Sine Arcanum, where every city-state has agreed to this set of rules, where if you are a magical user of the arcane variety, that you have to be registered, and you have a specific job that you can perform. And if you perform magic outside of those duties, then it could be varying different penalties for this. Rosadon is an exception to the Sine Arcanum in that they are more strict where other city states you have to be registered. In Rosadon, no arcane magic users are allowed whatsoever. Even if you're registered somewhere else, they will say thank you, but no thank you, you can't come in. And casting arcane spells within these walls is a heinous offense. On that matter, a matter of business that I forgot to do before our break. Emmy, please take an inspiration for using your turn in the skill challenge to panic and do nothing and auto fail.
Thank you. We're gonna need that.
Would any of us have any knowledge on, like, do these jail cells have any, like, anti-magic properties to them?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm just great at that.
Can all of us do that?
Oh,
Absolutely.
I got a 12.
20.
18.
21.
Nice.
16.
So, as you're sort of inspecting the cell here, for Hayden, doesn't look like there's any arcane sigils or any sort of divine magic protecting this cell at all. For the rest of you, it's most certainly there's nothing special about this cell, and that it's just a holding cell. Now, if you were in the direct custody of the apostles, there might be something to that. But as you were caught by the Rosadon guards and in the Rosadon jail while she was getting prepared, this is just a normal jail cell.
Right. Well, introductions. My name is Azric, and I'd like to get out of here.
Akuda's
Okay.
just still like rocking inside her shell. And you just hear this just like from like the hole in her shell.
But why did you help us? You owe nothing to us. We're but strangers.
I've been asking myself the same thing. I can only assume that the gods have cursed me with too much empathy. Listen, I've been here a few weeks now. I'm a sailor by trade, but my last voyage ended. So I was passing the time here until the next time we go out. But clearly recognized that you two were not from this place. And you also appeared out of thin air.
Yeah.
We do that sometimes.
Yes. So I immediately clocked you for what you were. So you intrigued me. And I thought maybe it would be fun to see what happens. And I surely didn't want you to get caught by the guard because that would mean certain death. But here we are.
Well,
Certain death?
yes, my dear Emmy,
like,
we are
whimpers
going
from the
to
corner.
die, apparently.
Wait.
For being so-called heretics because we cast a little bit of magic.
They're not gonna kill all of us, just you two, right?
Yes.
I didn't cast any magic. And grandmother Portal didn't either. Well, actually, no, she probably did.
Have you ever heard of guilty by association? Perhaps?
No.
Long story short, because your involvement with us, you are guilty.
Oh,
So we should all work together and find a way out of here.
okay. Well, I could get out of here.
How do you
I'm
suppose
sorry?
I get out of
But
here?
since you said we have to work together, I don't know how to get you out of here. But yeah, I could leave right now.
Can
How?
you elaborate?
Oh, well, I could turn into like a something smaller and just walk out, actually.
Could you
Um,
turn small and get the guard key and get all of us out?
Oh, yeah, I could do that. Do you know? Well, maybe. Actually, I don't think so. No,
How do you
I
go
don't know
from I
where the
can get
key
myself
is.
out to not being able to get all of us out?
Like, I don't know where the key is. So,
Then
you
Witch,
know,
find a god.
I don't know. I don't know what a guard looks like.
Where did you say that you were from?
Oh, you know, somewhere.
Excellent.
What about your little disappearing act? Can you do that on all of us?
I can do 2 max.
Great. Commander,
What?
Make us all smaller. Well, I can make one person smaller. I don't know if I can make us small enough. I can do reduce. How small would that make someone? Not small enough to get through the bars, probably.
You also don't have your equipment with you. It's confiscated.
Oh, so I can't cast spells. Okay.
You don't have a focus unless it
Mhm.
is only verbal and somatic components.
So they've
Is,
taken like
I could be
everything
small.
except for like our clothing and a
Mhm.
blanket, maybe.
can I, like, look at my cellmates and see if maybe there's something on their clothing, something that could be small enough to use to pick a lock, maybe a pin, anything. Does anybody's clothing?
I would say
Kuda suddenly wakes up and she's like, "Ah! I'm so sorry I fell asleep. Is everyone okay?
Everything's
Is
fine.
anybody hurt?"
We have to find the key from the guard, or we're all going to die.
Oh,
I mean,
well, I mean, why didn't you just ask? And she like grabs her glasses, which are all like bent out of shape anyway, and because she's got like her little chompers, she starts like kind of munching away and like shaping the frame of her glasses into like a little like pick. And then she's like, is this something that maybe could help?
that may just be enough. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Just my trade for the past 200 odd years, you see. I
That is
just
wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and try to get us out of here now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be over here. And she like pops back into her shell, and you can hear her like scribbling away on some parchment or something inside her shell.
So, is there a frequent guard patrol, or do they kind of just, since we're all locked in, they just kind of leave us alone? How does this holding cell work?
Yeah, in this case, like you're in the cell, there's maybe a guard in an office at the end of the hallway who's got his boots kicked up on the deck or on the desk as it's sort of late in the evening now. Guys who just started the night watch, and he's just hanging out.
So there's a guard right there who probably has a key.
Probably, if I had to say, like 40 feet down the hallway.
He's not actively watching us. He's just kind of there. Or?
He doesn't give a shit. Y'all are in the cell, and he's got other stuff to do.
I'm sorry, I didn't believe I caught your name.
Hayden.
Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. I think we should go ahead and focus on getting out of here. We could have formal introductions later. Could
I'll
I?
keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. I'm going to use the wire frame
Mhm.
from Granny's glasses to try and pick a lock.
Okay. So
I have proficiency in thieves' tools.
you
maybe?
do. Did you take expertise in thieves' tools?
No. No.
Okay. So you have proficiency in thieves' tools, so you get to add your proficiency bonus. So it's a +5 for you. I will say this: your DC is a 15 to break this lock. If you fail by more than 5, you will break Cooter's glasses.
I think she already broke them.
Well, I mean,
They
it'll,
were kind of
Oh, they'll, like,
misshapen a bit,
Break
but,
beyond use. Okay.
yes.
but she's good. She's very handy.
So you
Made
can
those glasses myself.
Excellent. Yes.
So, long story short, one roll. If you fail, you fail. If you pass it, fantastic. The cell opens. But if you fail by more than 5, then you break the glasses and make Cooter sad.
Okay.
Don't let Cooter down.
Roll d20 and add 5 for me. DC is 15.
Okay. Here we go. 7.
Well,
God dang
you
it.
do fail, unless anyone is gonna let you have an inspiration. But if not, then
Kudo just like pops out of her shell. I believe in you, Sonny. You've got this.
As you're
Is that
trying
like
to
a bardic inspiration?
I don't think so. I think
As-
that was just a Cooter
as you sort of
inspiration.
fumble
Yeah.
around, it's might be usable in a pinch for a less rigid lock, but this is a jail cell. So you think you've got it, and you've put too much sort of torque on this, and just snap, where you thought you had it, and then it broke.
Do you
Well-
want me to go get the key from the guard?
Mm,
You could do
mean-
it, or Bucket could do it. Also,
Sorry, bucket.
Bucket
What's a
is
bucket?
Like a bucket
Oh.
that you do your business in.
what?
You know, like the one in the
Spindle?
corner here.
That's a what? No, this is Bucket. And I'm gonna pull out of my like sleeve, and there's a little blue crab in it. This is Bucket.
Oh,
Right.
And he goes. His little eyes are like looking at you guys. He
And you-
could go and get the key.
Train this crab to do that.
I didn't train Bucket to do anything. Bucket does what he wants. He just also does what I want. It's a
okay.
crab.
All right.
We're all gonna die.
Bucket, go get the key from the guard. It's probably in his pocket or on the surface of that table or on the wall. Where else would he look for the key?
Can we scope around and see if there's a convenient key hanging somewhere?
Sure, make some perception rolls.
All right. 16.
15. I don't have my glasses on, so
Mine
One.
was-
usually my perception's quite good, but my glasses help.
With-
yeah.
16 and 15, you can see that the keys are just sort of haphazardly thrown on a desk. Where
How
the
far
where the
away?
guard.
Oh,
How far? 40-ish feet, I think is what I said earlier. So it's
Oh,
on the
on his
desk,
desk.
on the corner
Okay.
of the desk, and he's working on some paperwork or something like that.
Emmy, my dear, the keys are on the guard's desk. If
oh, okay.
you
Ah.
or Bucket, was it? Your little crustaceous friend can grab the keys without the alerting the guard.
Should we create a distraction to call the guard over?
Yes.
Hold on one moment. Commander, you're not going to foil our plan, are you?
and his head, he doesn't even lift his head from his hands and just says, what do I care? We all have a death wish anyway. If you want to
Excellent.
make it happen sooner, I don't give a shit.
Kuda just like waddles over to him and puts her shawl around his shoulders and like holds it together and just pats
yeah,
the sides of his face and he says, "It's all
I hand,
right,
I hand your
son.
glasses back.
It's all right."
I apologize. They're
You're
a bit more broken than they were before.
Oh, it's quite all right, my boy. I've made several of these frames in my time. You see, there was this one time that I'd broken them where I was out hunting and then
That's
I
a
got
beautiful story.
bolder.
Kimberly, we should really get that God's key
Indeed.
before we
Okay,
all perish.
Bucket, we're
Later.
gonna make a distraction. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna do that, and then you can go and get the key. Thank you so much, Bucket. You're the best. Mwah. And then I let Bucket go, and he starts scuttling into the edge of the. It seems like Bucket might actually be a little more on the level than Emmy is, so he kind of scurries over to the corner and waits for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you say you were from again?
Like this place, you've probably never heard of it. I had to travel really far to get here. It's across the sea.
Okay, Hayden, please hit me.
Fantastic.
You don't need to ask me twice. And I'll just give him a nice clock across the jaw.
As I get decked
And
in
then
the
I'll,
face.
to follow that up, I'll kind of take you by the shirt and toss you into the bars and say that again to my face.
It's because of you that we are in this situation, and it's your fault. And I hated you the entire time.
Me? I'm the one who helped you louts out of here.
Helped us. You have put the gods right into their palm of their hands. And I'm gonna start banging on the bars to make loud noises.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so since Hayden unarmed struck you, please take 0 damage because he's a weakling. Because his strength is an 8. I'm just kidding. I just want to say that because I was looking and I thought it was hilarious.
I do,
Amazing.
yeah. I have a -1 in strength.
So you're making this commotion, and the guard is almost asleep, and he puts his feet from the desk and sort of stomps over. Hey, you lot! And starts banging on the cage out beside of you. You shut the hell up! You shut the hell up right now!
Hey, you want to dust up too, mate? Come on in this cell.
Yeah. Well, he's
You know, I wish I would, but I really just don't want to have to beat the shit out of someone who's gonna, not live through morning. So,
Well, you might as well.
and he sort of takes his club and just pokes it through the bars at you, hits you in the chest. He's like,
What's that thing I have? Oh, I got.
I don't know. You tell me. While you're thinking of that,
Stuff.
Bucket, what's Bucket doing?
Bucket is scuttling like you've never seen a crab scuttle before. He's a little blue blur.
Bucket's
Do
blinding
you want me to send you the crab
speed.
stats? I can send you some crab stats if you'd like.
Bucket's blinding 20 feet speed, so dashing at 40
Excuse
feet.
me?
As a
I
crab?
think his speed's faster. Is it faster?
No.
Oh no, you're right. It's only 20.
He dashes for 40 feet for sort of one round and can make it to the desk.
Okay.
Hayden, what were you thinking of?
Oh,
What
never
thing
mind.
do you have?
It's fine. Never mind.
Well, Bucket's at the desk. And he probably needs a little more time because he does not have the keys yet.
Actually, could I have used sleight of hand to try to grab the guard's baton as he poked at us?
Let's see.
I mean, I would lose the strength check against him, but It's still worth a shot.
Okay. You can't use sleight
I
of
just want to
hand.
keep them
but-
focused right here as much as possible to help out the crab.
I will say in this case, a special case, I will let you make an opposed grapple check with the guard
Oh, no.
to sort of hang on to the club. You're not going to get it from him at first, but you can sort of try and wrestle it from him and give him some hell.
Okay. So, strength check,
Yeah, athletics.
athletics. Okay. 7.
The guard got a 9. So
Okay.
you narrowly are unable to. So he pokes you in the chest and you grab at this sort of club and he just starts pulling on it. Let go of it, let go now, and just is able to finally wrench it away from you. And he just bangs on the cell, making this sort of loud cacophony in the hallway. Don't do that again.
How's the crab doing?
Bucket has made it onto the desk and has keys in claw.
Yeah, Bucket. He's got it in both claws, like held above his head, like. So he's
Alright.
gonna leap off the desk in a minute and start scurrying back.
Yep. He'll leap off the desk or the desk. I don't know why I can't say desk today. Leaps off the desk as the guard is sort of like giving you, like dressing you down. Hayden, he looks at Azric. And none of the word from you. Understood? No more commotion.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stop me from using my voice and yelling about?
Fair point.
Hate this fucking job. And he storms off and like just puts his club back in and sort of like his belt and just stomps back to the desk.
What about
Um,
your commander as he walks away? Don't you have any love for the man who trained you and
He was a dick.
so you honored?
And he just like sits down at the desk and just like plops down. And you can see Bucket scurrying back with this ring of keys, like a trophy above his head, just like scurrying into the
His
cell.
little eyes are like. Beep, 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 beep.
You have the keys.
Good job, Bucket.
Extremely useful little crab.
Yeah, he's really
It's
useful.
actually
He's also
impressive.
really good at dancing. You should see it sometime. I mean, if
Can dance
you want
after
to.
we get out. Yes.
Oh, okay.
We probably have no idea where they took our stuff.
You could presume it's somewhere nearby.
Okay.
Probably in sort of a
first things
chest
first.
next to the guard at the desk or something along those lines.
How
I
late
s-
is it?
After dinner time.
We
Should
still
wait
need
till
to
he
be subtle.
falls asleep, or shall we just leave now?
We can wait and see if he nods off.
Commander, when is the change of the guards?
First light.
We have time then. He'll fall asleep. We just quietly open the door, get our things, and be on our way.
Very well, we shall wait.
Or I can just put him to sleep.
I'm sorry, you put him to sleep?
Mm.
Oh, right, right.
Do
Do you
And-
need your components, though?
what?
You'll need your crystal ball for that.
Is that what I have? A crystal ball.
I think that's what you told me. But it could be whatever.
I don't know what I have. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was a ring. So
It's a crystal is your focus.
I knew you had a crystal ball. Shit.
I didn't think it was. I didn't remember what it was. I don't want it to be a crystal ball. Can I change that?
Change it on your sheet. What do you want it to be?
Okay.
Whatever
really
your focus
bitchin'
is.
ring. A
need
crystal
it.
ring. Crystal ball set
ring.
into a ring.
So I can't cast spells without my ring, I guess.
If it requires a material component, that's correct.
see.
The spells that you have that don't have M next to them, you can cast.
I see. Okay, never mind.
But if you were to find your belongings, you certainly could. Make them go sleepies.
And how long until sleepy time?
For the guard, up to you all. How long would you like to wait?
Take a short rest.
Sure. An hour?
See where he's at.
Sure. After an hour, that fucking guard's out. If y'all keep quiet, he just goes back to the desk, kicks his feet up, and then just he's
Looks
out.
like now or never.
All right, let's do it, but quietly. Aiden, if you will, you seem to have nimble fingers. You might be able to unlock it very quietly.
I will intend to quietly turn the key into the lock.
Sure. Make a stealth check.
Can I roll good for once tonight? I mean, this is part, like, if I can't do good on this, then what am I? Well, that's a 12.
Total.
I feel like that's the thesis life.
Yeah.
Got to be the most stealthy, quiet person and never are.
12 total. Let me look up the guard real quick here. Yeah, with him being asleep, that is enough. So you hear, and then you hear his snoring sort of interrupt, and then go back to snoring.
Is this a sliding door? Does it swing open?
It swings open.
Okay.
Inward.
This is gentle as I can. I don't want too much creaking of the door. I just want to slowly, as slow as I need to not make as much noise.
Easy enough. You open it up, and very little noise as you pull it just gently enough to not creak.
All right. It's time to move. Bran, are you back in your shell, or?
I'm just sitting next to the commander and just, you know, trying to comfort him and just saying, are you coming with us, love? You're always welcome, and we'll get you some wonderful food and look after you.
He sort of looks up and sees that the door is open. You see his mind is conflicted.
Listen, mate. You can either stay here and accept the gallows, or you can come with us. We'll make for a ship. Try to slide out of port.
Lived your whole life.
To our crew.
You lived your whole life following the rules, and look where that got you. Maybe it's time for Commander Adele to live his own life.
I'll make my own way, thanks. I wouldn't want to be seen with the likes of you again.
Fair enough. Have a good one. I'll close the door on him.
You close the door on him? Okay. You all scurry out,
But
and he
not
gets
before
up.
Peter grabs her
Yeah,
like
we recruiter to
shawl
come
back, and she's like putting it around herself and just like, you won't need this anymore, dear. I hope you find peace in the time you have left.
Yep.
I'm not
As
gonna
you-
lock the door on him, but if he's not coming, I'm just gonna let him sit there.
He's not coming with you
Oh, okay.
specifically, so he'll wait till you all. He's basically waiting to see what happens as you all try to go out, and he's going to make his decision based on how this goes.
Okay. I'm going to pocket the keys because we might need them on a different door.
In
Easy
a
enough.
pocket bucket.
Commander, do you know that where our belongings would be stored?
By the desk.
Oh, we have to be as quiet as possible. We tiptoe to the desk.
easy enough. You've made your stealth check to open the cell and stuff. You can sort of creak open this chest and grab your belongings, while this guard is just conked out right beside you. No issue there. He is pretty much at your mercy at this moment. So whatever you'd like to do.
Feels good to have my weapons again.
All right. Now that we have our belongings, let's toe out of here.
Yeah, wherever the next door is, I suppose we should take a peek and see what's going on before we move. So,
So you make your way down this upper floor, down a set of stairs, and you can see that what most likely happened is the guard that was tasked with bringing you over here took you to the nearest guard station just to get you in a cell to avoid any issues. So there's like a couple holding cells upstairs, and downstairs you can see that there's a couple guards like milling about, like filling out paperwork, like chatting. It's the night shift, and they're basically on the night shift in like the like local substation of the guard, like, you know, shacks around here. So
am I? I'm assuming. What's our order here? Am I in front, everybody?
whatever you'd
or-
like it to be.
I'll be in the middle.
I'll
Just
gladly.
kind of wandering on.
I'll
from
gladly
the
be.
I'll be
rear.
towards the back.
How many guards do I see before we go traipsing on in there?
2, they're just chatting.
I clock that and I turned back to your name was what, lass? I'm talking to Taj.
Taj. And I like bow and like put my hand out as if like they're gonna kiss it.
Right. You know what? Effort. I'll oblige. With that, you said you can put people to sleep, right?
Yes.
Well, there's 2 guards in there. Think you can do it?
Yes. I've never used sleep. Hold on. I think I can affect multiple creatures.
Absolutely.
Yep, you can. It's a little tricky though.
So
I'm
when you
just gonna
cast
roll a
sleep,
bunch and see what happens.
Are you gonna cast it at first or second level first?
I said when you guys you spend a second, roll an additional 2d8. Ooh, okay. I guess I'll do higher. That probably makes more sense.
Yep. So you can use it at second level, and that is going to give you a total of. Let me see. Roll 7d8 for me.
Wow.
This is based off of like hit points, right? Like the
Yes.
okay. So
Actually, if they're just average guards, makes it actually a really good option for this.
Hold on. I need a calculator.
If one of them randomly is a beefcake Gaston, then we might have some problems.
And I think that's both of your second level slots for today.
I don't think so, sir, because we took a short sleep and I got to regain one. So I did that.
Oh, you got arcane recovery. Let's go.
Yeah, I do, baby.
nice.
30.
Look at you
What's-
knowing your
what's the
character
total?
sheet for your new character.
30.
You said 30.
Yeah.
They both are in mid conversation. Well, I went to this new place out back, and they just fall. They crumple on the floor and just are asleep in the middle of the station.
Well done. All right, we need to move.
Not before we check their pockets.
I was just going to say that. Actually, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to do it myself, but
I'll
you
take
get one, I'll get the other.
Agreed.
Okay. Check the pockets of one of them.
So they both have a club on their person as their weapon. They both are wearing a chain shirt as their armor. and between them, they have probably 5 silver and 8 copper total.
Wow, take all the shiny. Any badge or thing that identifies them as the guard, or they're just guard?
Pinned right to their armor. If you can take it specifically if you'd like.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Anything else of note in this general area? Is there maybe other chests or something with supplies that might be in here?
Other than like snacks, probably not. There is a map
Take a snack.
there is a map of Rosadon in here. And
Ooh.
you can see based on where you are in the city, from the market, you could probably ascertain where, I mean, you knew where they took you because they walked you down the street to the closest shack here, and you're probably a good maybe 20-minute walk from the port, if that's where you would like to go to try and
I have
find
a
a way
question.
out of here.
Is that where we would like to go? I just kind of made that statement offhand.
I'm just going where you're going. I have a quick question though. Is there any like miscellaneous items on the desk, specifically like useless items, like
Ink pens, ink like quill pens,
Ooh.
ink
ooh,
wells,
a quill
parchment.
pen? Actually, is there like a empty ink container?
Sure, you could dump it out.
No. I'll take a quill pen.
Okay.
I'll take the map.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just a large map of the city, and you can grab it off the wall and roll it up.
I mean,
And
leaving is probably ideal since we are now all wanted.
Have you a ship?
Can
No.
I just ask? Kudo just goes up to Azric and just says, "Do you mind, dear, if I take a look at that map?
Yes, of course. You are.
So much has changed in this city," she says while she's squinting at it, like trying to see
How long does
what's
sleep
going
spell
on.
last?
And she's like trotting along while she's looking, like trying to
Not
find the
long.
way out. This way, dears.
Oh, we're okay. We're
Following
leaving the
the-
building. Are there any windows
Let's
that we
go.
can look outside and see what the state of like the street is?
Quiet. It's nighttime. People coming, from home from like the tavern or something along those lines. To answer the question, Taj would know how long her sleep spell lasts.
it's not long. We should go.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say a minute?
Yes.
It's a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep. They're probably waking up as we're leaving.
No,
the room.
I mean it's 10 rounds, so it's like long game time, but not long at all.
Long time in
so-
combat, not a long time talking, standing around and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get a move on. And I guess we'll quietly head out into the street.
Okay.
Before we hit the streets, Azra would like to disguise himself as his white shoulder-length hair becomes short, dark brown, and grows a foot taller in stature, and is a little chubby.
Good thinking. And I look around and look at Cooter and look like Cooter.
As in you shapeshift into like a
Like
twin.
exactly like Cooter, or like another turtle?
Another turtle.
Okay.
I think I can do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just like look at Taj and Kuda's like, "Oh dear, there's not many of us left. We were gonna stick out like sore crabs."
It will be fine as long as I'm not myself. They're not looking for another turtle. They're looking for Tosh.
Well, they're also looking for a turtle that looks like both of us.
Dying.
So of note, I will say for Taj and Azric, describe how this looks, because I believe that the way Taj accomplishes this is different than the way Azric accomplishes this.
Yes. For Azric, Azric is casting a spell, so like this mist seems to form from the bottom of Azric's feet, and as it goes up, and just dissipates, Azric looks very different.
As the smoke clears, you are a short-haired, taller, overweight man. And what about Taj?
Taj has this ability because we play in another changeling BB. So she kind of like stands tall and like takes a deep breath in and then snaps and just becomes what she wants.
Yep. It's just an instantaneous shifting of her shape to look like a turtle companion to
I'm gonna watch
like Cooter.
I'm gonna watch Taj turn into a turtle, and then I'm gonna turn into a turtle.
What is happening here?
So what does it look like when Emmy changes
Emmy
into a
just starts
turtle?
to shrink, and it's very like her body starts morphing, like mouth into mouth, like arms, and she's just like now a little turtle, like a little turtle on the ground, and there's a blue bucket crab on her back.
Hayden throws up his hood and is like, oh, a bunch of jesters. I'm gonna scoop up Emmy because I'm assuming her walking speed is like 1.
Yep, I do this number.
I'm gonna scoop up under her shell and like carry her like a football.
Okay, so you've got me. I'm a little turtle, like a little one. So you can just kind of put me in your hands.
Like an actual
You've got
turtle, not a
bucket too.
turtle.
Yeah, an actual, just a little turtle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Lead the
All
way,
right.
you have the map.
I believe Kuda, you were leading us somewhere.
Yes, actually. It's much different than I remember, but I believe that you said you wanted a ship, yes?
Right, we need
Yes.
to make the port.
I just got here, so I'll take you to the ship, which is right this way. And she points in a direction with the map and starts going, just getting her bearings. But she just got here recently and knows exactly where it is.
Yeah.
One of us knows something, anything.
She just didn't know where the jail was, so she's kind of like triangulating from the jail to where she knows the new.
Is this like my grandma reading a map? Like, how long does this take for real?
Not very long. She's a smart
Okay.
turtle.
I would say Hayden
Oh, that's
probably
good.
has a good idea where the port is as well.
Mm.
Yep. There's no question that you all can know where to go with a map and a smart turtle and Hayden, who's been there a couple weeks. You can get your bearings and find your way to the port. It's just like a 20-minute walk. The question is, how are you all going to approach your journey to the port? Are you going to just are you convinced with your disguises, walking down the streets, making your way there? Are you going to be sneaky? You let me know how you're going to accomplish this.
I'm
Hayden,
not disguised at all.
you've been here
I'm a turtle.
a few weeks. Is there a curfew in place or anything like that, or can we just be on our way?
It's not like I was sneaking about at night. I would suggest we stick to not so lit places, out of the way of lanterns and the like. Keep to the shadows, so to speak. Take back alleyways if we have to.
Oh no. Well, I'll take the lead since I don't look like me.
Fine.
Very well.
Carry on.
So specifically sticking to the shadows, making your way through the city of Rosadon, this sort of engineering and technical marvel. You make your way down streets, side alleys, making sure to stay out of the way. And I think with your so with Azric being disguised, with Taj being shape changed, with Emmy being a turtle, I think that it just leaves two of you out in the open, but sticking to the shadows. I think you can make it there no problem without being seen from using all of your abilities in this case. So at this time, no one knows that you are gone, but that will quickly change as the guards begin to wake up from their slumber.
Oh boy.
So you make your way down the streets further towards the outskirts of the city, towards the docks. A few minutes later, you can hear some bells ringing back from where you were at the guardhouse. And Taj, you would absolutely know that your spell has completed. They've woken up, and they are most certainly smart enough to know that they just didn't fall asleep on their own. But they have no idea where you all are, and have probably confirmed in the next 5 minutes or so that that cell is empty. But you make your way down towards the docks, towards the port. And you can see that this, when I say city-states in this case, these are large islands with the island, the name is the sort of capital of each island there. So Rosadon Island has the great city of Rosadon right on the edge of it, and it takes up a large portion of this island. So outside from some smaller settlements on the outskirts and some other people living here, like this is the epicenter of trade, of commerce. Go ahead.
Wait, so it's Rosadon is the capital of Rosadon?
It's a city state. So
is it like the city states got their names from whatever the biggest city was in them when they did their thing?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool.
Exactly. So you can make your way, and then a few minutes later you start to smell sort of the salt and feel the sort of warm breeze from the sea, and as you make your way closer, and at this moment you can hear sort of guards shouting, alarm bells being rung. There's sort of a hustle and bustle, but you are at this point about 2 blocks away from the docks. You can hear guards and people running about streets behind you, and you can see a dimly lit small port on this large harbor that has it would be very generous to call it a ship. It has a single sail, and it can probably hold all of you. This is definitely not an ocean-faring vessel. It's more for traveling the coast. But in this moment, you probably don't have a better option, as you were trying to get out of here.
Quickly, we need to untie these ropes.
You were not there yet, though.
Oh.
You see it. You are 2 blocks away.
Hayden, Cuter, please, if you will allow me. And I'm going to cast invisibility with Twin Spell to make them invisible, since they are the only ones who don't have a disguise.
Smart.
Does that mean I'm a floating turtle now?
I'll take Emmy and Bucket.
Okay. I was like, I don't know how that works. Just flying turtle.
So as you are walking through, you hear sort of guards talking in the background. You make your way to the edge of this small harbor, and you can just flat out see there are some torches lit. There is a small lighthouse indicating that this is where the docks are, as this sort of juts out a little further than the rest of the harbor. There are 2 guards posted on roofs rooftops here, and there is one at the top of the lighthouse looking out. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Invisibility spell states that anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible. So
Mhm.
would Emmy actually be targeted by the spell because Hayden is carrying her?
Let's take a look at that.
And does that
Um,
mean that our weapons, if we use our weapons, they are also invisible?
Everything you're holding and wearing becomes invisible.
Until
Mhm.
you make an attack action or cast a spell.
Correct.
Until okay, so you can like surprise attack.
So yeah, anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person. What I'm going to say to avoid any shenanigans down the line
Aw, but
is
we like
any equipment or
shenanigans.
anything that you're carrying. But if you're carrying another creature, that's not going to extend to it because you would have to target that creature to make them invisible.
Oh, but
there-
what about Bucket? Would I have to like kill Bucket if we needed all of us to be invisible?
I can carry you. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, right now.
Last thing I want
Future reference.
is Cooter carrying Hayden, carrying Azric, carrying Emmy.
Oh no, I don't think we
Totem-
would meta game like
A
Inside
that.
totem
Yes.
of
Trench coat.
invisibility.
Yeah, so I'll
No.
say it's any objects
I
or
got it.
equipment
I
that
got
you're carrying, but in order to target another creature, you have to have the ability or upcast it to get more creatures.
It's fair enough.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So hypothetically, if we were to, I don't know, shoot something, we would be invisible until such time as the projectile is loosed from the weapon.
The way that the
Which
spell
will-
reads
Granny Up to
is
some
Yeah.
trouble, guys.
the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So
yeah,
if you
gotcha.
attack,
So like upon attacking.
yes.
Yeah, cool. That's how I understood. I was just checking.
Mhm.
Hypothetically.
All right. So
Granny's got a gun. No.
Amazing. All right. So, what do? You see some guards looking around the ports. There's a nice little boat there. I'm going to guess that's probably a good 120 feet from where you are at the opening of this alleyway.
Well, I'm gonna move forward with my pet turtle and crab and walk side by side with Taj.
I'm
And
just
Can't
gonna
see what
say
our
that
invisible friends are doing, but I'm
the
confident in our
guards
disguise,
are
but nothing will
coming,
happen.
my friends, and I don't know if I can make it. You'll have to toss me.
Wow.
We'll see.
You're invisible.
Oh, I am. And she like tries to look at her hands, and she's like, "Oh,
Whatever you do, if you
Look
attack
how
or cast a spell, it
spectacular.
will end. Oh, okay, Kuda. So if we could just make it to that little ship there. get out of
understood."
here.
And she continues like shuffling along. You can just hear like the of her shuffling down the street.
Oh,
You hear nothing from Hayden.
so
Might be
you
better if
make your
pick up
way.
your feet.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It might be better if you pick up your feet.
Love, I'd like to see you try to pick up your feet after 200 years.
They can't see you,
that
but they can hear you. So
Sounds like a personal problem, and right now your personal problem is all of our problems, and I would like you to pick up your feet.
Would someone mind giving me a hand?
Little turtle just kind of goes,
She tries her best to like just make as little noise as possible.
I'm just gonna go, and whatever happens, happens. So,
Yeah, Hayden's
Uh,
began
best of luck.
to head that way already. without saying anything.
So as you all, as a group, some invisible, some not, you're making your way down through this small little corridor, and you can hear some like people talking around the corner.
What are they saying?
One of them
Want
is
me to-
saying, "God, I hate being out here at night. It's fucking boring as shit. I hate the ocean. I hate the salt. I don't know why I'm here on the port duty."
Here.
The other guy, and there's another guard, and she says, "It's not that bad. What's your problem?"
There's just two of them.
There's two people talking. You've clocked 3 on the rooftops, but the people that are talking are not on the rooftops. They're on the ground level. What would you like to do? They are probably, I will say, like 35, 40 feet from you all. Behind you at the beginning of the alley, there's a torch sort of lighting this alley up. Where they're standing and talking, there's another that's lighting that portion up. And then where the boat is on the edge of sort of the small like dock here, there's another torch. So there's little small torches lighting up the way.
Walk on through with confidence.
Okay. Is anyone going with Azric?
I mean, I am, but
I mean, you have to. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm following behind, but I'm invisible, so no one can see me following. But I'm following.
And
I know I gotta get out of there.
changed my appearance to not be a turtle.
Yeah.
And I am now just like a random person I saw during the day. Like, just
Absolutely.
an absolute nobody. Looking very generic, like
Okay.
in facial features.
Can I throw out an idea though?
Mhm.
You know who you could be though.
My clothes don't change though.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good point. Good point.
You are
Sorry.
now generic NPC 3
I was gonna say.
until told otherwise. So you start as a group with Azric and Taj leading the way. I believe, Emmy, you are now tiny. Is that
Yes.
correct? Yeah, you're tiny,
Correct.
being carried by Azric, and Hayden and Cooter are behind. It's dark out here. If you don't have dark vision, there are portions that you just cannot see. There's not enough ambient light here, so you'll have
Kuda
to.
can't see shit.
I've got blind sight.
Oh, I can
No,
see.
sorry. Bucket's got blind sight.
You have to.
So
I don't know if I can see as a turtle though.
as you start, the turtles don't have dark vision, I'm pretty sure.
I was gonna say,
so
but if I'm an elf, I don't keep my dark vision if I turn into a turtle, right?
that's for you to tell me, because I don't think I've played a shape-shifting
I'll
druid
figure it
before,
out.
so that's for you to tell me. And you start marching forward here, and you can see as you're marching through, some of the guard is talking at the other one, sees you like, "Hey, sorry, the dock's closed for now. You'll have to wait until morning."
It's closed. I need to get to my ship. This is an excellent time for night fishing.
Well,
Okay,
apparently
Ron.
there's some ruffians running around, so they've got guards running all over the place trying to find them. So better for you to we'll go back to wherever you came from until the morning.
If
Ruffians.
there's ruffians about, I don't want to go back into the dark and get us sailed. If I feel much safer behind the port gates with you guarding.
Yeah, and staying in the boat.
Well, I've got strict orders that no one's to leave.
What if we get in the boat and we don't leave? We'll
Yeah, I
just
could
feel safer there.
Fish off the docks. I have my bait here. That's gonna get spoiled.
Well, is there any way you can verify this is your boat? Do you have the manifest, the paperwork for it?
I mean, it's on the boat.
And the guards sort of just both step over to you as they're having a conversation now. The other one's like, "On the boat, eh? Where's it at? And I'll try and find it for you."
I was pointing in a direction.
Okay, so this guard wanders off to go towards the boat and try to find your paperwork. And the other guard, the lady is like, I know it's rather inconvenient, but we just can't let anyone through. I don't know why he's checking for your paperwork. Maybe he's in a good mood tonight. I'm not entirely sure, but not supposed to let anyone go.
I believe me, I understand you have your orders, but if ruffians are about, much safer with you at the guard.
Well, where are you staying? Perhaps we could take someone to escort you back.
Oh, sorry. It's called the salty pike, something like that.
I'm going to make you roll a deception.
Okay.
And I have
Come
a
on, there's
question
gotta
for
be a
you. If
salty
this is
something
fair
there.
or not, I'm going to let you help me decide this. Do you think that Azric is familiar enough with Rosadon to be able to call out a tavern or an actual place that he's staying in?
No.
Roll with disadvantage then.
Oh man.
And I
The odds of something being the salty something seem high.
can. I don't know if.
He's a
Can you
SpongeBob.
clarify something for me with stealth? Or with invisibility. It's making an attack or casting a spell. Is there any other
Is-
action that breaks it?
No. Or it runs out, which is an hour.
So theoretically, I could toss like a stone into the water, and that will not break.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Patrick, what was your roll?
As
you can do any means of like evasion or like interaction with other objects and distractions.
as Azric's talking to this guard, could I mosey around to behind her and
Yeah.
find, I don't know, like a pebble or something, and launch it down the street at like, I don't know, something that would cause it to make a loud bang to try and draw her away?
You can take a stone and throw it.
How about I'll
or
wait and
something
see
along
what
those lines.
happens with I'll wait and see what happens with the check. Yeah.
Sure.
19.
A 19.
Ooh.
What was it called again that you said?
The salty pike.
Salty Pike. Salty Pike. Where? I don't think I've ever been there. Is it? I mean, what sort of place is it? On like sort of the low end or like a mid level? Like,
Oh, definitely low end. Fishing
Right.
is quite competitive around here, as you imagine.
right. I'll have to go there and check it out. Maybe I haven't seen him. Not familiar. And then about that time, the other guard is on the boat and he's rummaging around. He's like, there ain't no manifest on this little boat here. Where's your paperwork?
Well, if you look on the port side, under the railing, of course I keep it hidden. I don't want people to steal my paperwork. but
Side, this thing's barely 8 feet wide.
a port is a port, my good man.
Scratch that. Can I try to close the distance towards that guard by the boat?
Absolutely.
Okay.
How close
How
do you
far
want
away
to get?
was he? Was he how far from where we are to where he's at?
60 feet.
Could I, madam, can I please maybe assist him and we all go together? And that way, if anything happens, you're right there.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to let anyone leave or on the boat or anything like that. All right? So go back to the rusty pike, the salty pike. I don't care. Go back to where you came from and you can come back in the morning. We can avoid this whole issue. And you
Try
can
to-
see her
give-
voice. Her voice is raised and the guards on the roofs are like looking down and seeing what's going on.
Okay, all right. I understand. I know you have a job to do, and I don't want to cause any trouble, but please, at least let me get my papers. I don't want to leave it out here overnight. I'm gonna try to persuade her.
Sure. What were you gonna say, Tosh?
So I'm like a different person, so I have a different like voice now, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna be like, well, you're just so good at your job, so of course you couldn't let just anyone through, but we're not just anyone. We're premier fishermen, and we just wanted to get a head start because, I mean, as my friend here has said, it's just really competitive, but you're doing an amazing job, and it would just be really amazing if you could let us through. Like, I'm just like talking them up, telling them they're like everything they want to hear.
So, if so, you can either give Azric advantage on his roll, or you can roll as well.
Like a secondary role.
Yeah, either he rolls
For
2 and takes the
persuasion?
highest, or you both roll and take the highest.
Do you have good persuasion?
It's good, ish.
I have good persuasion too.
How about we both roll?
Go for it.
19.
You're better than me. 12.
All right. With a 19, she goes, all right, you can go and get your manifest and then come back. Fair enough. And then you make your way to the Salty Pike. That's as far as we're going. You get to the boat, you get your things, and you leave.
Thank you so much. My goodness, you're so gracious, so generous. I'll be right back, please. And I'll start walking over.
And she goes to the other guard, hey, I'm gonna let him get his papers and then they're gonna be off. He's like, fine, you softy. So as reference here, I want to know what Hayden's doing. I want to know what Cooter is doing. And I'm assuming that Emmy is still being carried by
I'm a turtle.
by
Yes.
Azric. So
Yes.
Hayden,
I'm
what are
a
you
turtle.
doing? Where are you?
Well, I had started to make my way towards the other guard, but situations changed. So I'm gonna let Azric move towards the boat, and I still think I want to find something that I can throw a distance away to try and draw the attention of not just like the two guards on the ground, but some of the guards on the rooftop.
Mhm.
So
And
I don't know how that's gonna work though.
Cooter, what are you doing?
Kuda's trying to follow behind Azric, like as quietly as she can, knowing that she's still stealthed and needs to like try to be as quiet as she can, even though she's like this little turtle trying to kind of like make her way
Mhm.
down, because she knows that she's the slowest and also the most at risk of like messing everything up for everybody.
Okay. So you were there, Hayden. You're in between. You're halfway in between both of the guards as you're making your way and stopped and are looking for something.
Yep.
You all can hear shouting in the distance as sort of roaming patrols are getting closer and closer to the area. So I will say this: what is it that you would like to do now? Because it appears that more guards will be coming in the area soon, as they're making their patrols and fanning out, looking for people. Azric, you're at the boat, and the other guard is sort of standing on the docks watching over you.
May I? Of course.
Be my guess.
Thank you. And I place Emmy and Bucket down. I was like, can you please keep an eye on my pets? I don't want them to go away while I'm getting under here and grabbing my papers that I've hidden.
All right, whatever. You can put the turtle on the deck. I don't care.
I get in the boat and then I set them down.
Emmy
And,
is in the boat.
I'm gonna
pretend
start
I'm
walking
fishing
away.
for papers.
Like, I'm hoping that guy will follow me. Like, I'm gonna start walking in the opposite direction of Azric, so that guy's like, "Oh God, the turtle's going away."
Did
Okay,
you
so
set the
in the
turtle
boat?
in the boat or on the deck?
In the boat.
In the boat. You're in the boat.
What does that mean? I can't walk away?
You could walk around in the boat. You're in the boat. That's where he
Yeah,
set
I'll
you.
walk around in the boat.
You can walk to the other side of the boat, but he
How
doesn't seem
many-
to care.
How many guards are like next to the boat?
One.
There's just one standing there.
Yeah, there's
And
there's
how
one
how
right
close
next to the
are the
boat.
other ones?
The other ones are on roofs. And then there's one that's the guard that's sitting with Taj.
Okay.
Azric, what's the play?
I'm stalling for time is what I'm doing. I'm like laying on my back, and then pretending to reach up and search around for the paper, and just mumbling, and I was like, did you know that the best bait to use is dried squid? The fish love the aroma and the flavor, and they go crazy.
I don't care. Fuck off. Get your papers.
While Azric is distracting the guard, am I still like waiting for him and talking to the other guard?
You were standing in front of the other guard, yes.
Okay.
And she's getting impatient as he's taking forever.
And Cooter and Hayden are like invisible next to me still.
They're invisible. You don't know where they are. So.
Okay. I'm gonna like speak in code in a way where I'm like, so how is it running a boat dock? Is it fun running to the boats? And like suggesting that like Hayden and Cooter should like invisibly get the fuck on the boat, you know?
Okay.
A question real quick too, actually.
I'm going to.
You can make me roll for that to see if I even know what you're talking about.
The guard's going to roll an insight check. You've known these people for a couple hours, so you have to be pretty discreet to get them to understand. But you're hoping the guard just doesn't. But she's on high alert as y'all are in here trying to get on boats and stuff. Okay. Her insight. I'll let you roll, I guess, an opposed deception. I'll say to see if she can't decipher what you're saying.
Mm.
Can I, while this is happening, is there a rope that ties the boat to the dock?
Yes.
Can I go turtle chomp that?
Yes. As a turtle, it would take for fucking ever to chew through that, but you can munch on this rope.
I mean, have you ever met a snapping turtle? Come on, man.
What was your deception, Tosh?
I'm gonna start.
18.
18. The guard rolled a 19 on the die plus 0. So she goes, running I don't run the boats. I don't run to the boat. What are you talking about?
Oh, you know, like the boat dock area where you are. You're here running it.
And she looks over and she's like, get him off the boat. Get him off the boat. Get him out of here.
Have I found something to throw
Yes.
by this point? If I could, I would like to try maybe a building just down the way in a direction not towards where our boat is, and see if I can maybe throw a stone or something through a window if there's like glass.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Can
What do
Kuda, noticing all this is happening, try to like shove the guard that's next to the boat into the water, because Azric just left her
Absolutely.
sitting on the dock and didn't toss her in the boat, and she's stuck.
Okay, so Hayden, you throw a stone across the way and it breaks the glass. You see the guard talking to Taj whirl around, and the guard on the rooftop close to you sort of train a bow down at this door, clearly distracted. And there's some shouting like, check that out, what's going on here? And the guard on the ground's like, I can't just leave her there. And then Cooter, if you please, I'm going to say make an athletics check.
Oh, no.
This guard has no fucking idea that you're there, so make it with advantage.
Can I give her? Oh, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, the
I
guard has no
after
idea.
I
that
did that, I started speed walking the rest of the way towards the boat.
Oh, 16.
You shove that guard right in the fucking water. So this guard, and you just shove, so you were no longer invisible.
Invisible, and then I'm just like, Azric, help!
And the guard is in the water. I think at this point, we just need to roll initiative here.
Oh,
man.
We just need to roll initiative.
I look
So-
at
I could have shoved the guard in ages ago, but I didn't want to be the one to risk it.
Hey, that is okay.
I'm so happy.
That is okay, because based on how the situation was going, it was more and more likely that things were probably gonna get spicy. I'd like for you all to take a look at the map for today. First combat of campaign
Very
1.
cool.
Ooh, oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
Hayden,
wow.
what is your initiative?
That map.
You roll it real quick.
Yeah.
So cool.
Well,
It's a good map.
let me tell you, my initiative is good.
What is it?
It's 25.
22.
Shit.
It's what?
the hell?
Jesus.
I have a +6 to my initiative.
It's 25. Very well.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry. I mathed that wrong. What is math?
What are the numbies? We'll help you.
How to, man?
17 plus 6? That's 23, right?
23. I mean,
Okay.
Oh,
23. I mean, almost,
Different.
what is Azric's initiative?
Not as good as that, but 15.
15. Taj.
The best one here with a 2.
2. Let's go.
Let's go.
Cooter.
In true Cuda fashion, we rolled a 1 and have -1 initiative, so she's just going to sit on the dock and twiddle her fins.
Oh my god.
You have 0. Okay.
Literally
I've
0
never-
initiative. She just
I've
pops
never
back into
seen
her
that
shell and
before.
starts knitting.
You
Emmy.
actually go back in time a little bit.
Emmy, what's your initiative?
Well, I rolled a nat 20. It's my first nat 20
Whoa.
of the game.
Yay!
I have a -1, so you know.
Oh,
19 it is.
I'm gonna eat that rope, y'all.
You are still a tiny little turtle. So
I'm telling you, I can eat a rope as a turtle. I don't know what you know about turtles, but I know about turtles.
have you seen a rope that ropes a ship to a dock?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen a turtle bite something?
Sure. You were a tiny turtle,
Okay.
and you can
I'm gonna
start
attack
chewing
that
away.
Okay.
It's not your turn. Unsurprisingly, it is Hayden's turn. Hayden, you're still invisible.
That's correct. So let me get a handle on the situation here. Taj, I hope you got some tricks to get you out of your situation.
I got tricks.
You know, I guess how that guard, how do I mark stuff again? I forget how this works.
Just clicky and hold.
That guy.
Yep.
How high up would you say that person is?
30 feet. Here, I'll put some numbies.
Eh,
Oh, you made me little on the map. Cute.
You're tiny.
That's so cute.
And there's like a stairway up to him, or I have to climb a ledge, then a stairway. What is that?
Yeah, it's inside of this place, and you come out here and then go up the stairs.
Oh, it's
Go up.
inside.
Yeah.
Unless I
You
decided I
can
want
click and scale it if you'd like.
You know, we ought to really just unmoor that boat and get out of here. So
Fair enough.
I'm instead gonna move.
Yep.
Over to where Cooter's at.
Uh-huh. This guard's in the water.
Out here. How far down is the guard from the dock? About 5
I'm gonna
feet?
say it's probably like a 5-ish feet drop from the water, 5 to 10.
So he's within reach.
If you wanted to be in reach, yes, he would be diagonally 5 feet down from you if you wanted to do anything to him as he's trying to swim.
I guess my question is, if we moved past him, he's far enough down, like he can't realistically make an attack on us.
Right, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
I'm going to... Actually, I can't... Oh, no, I can see Cooter now. She's not invisible anymore.
Correct.
I'm just gonna basically run up behind her. And at... I got the limit of my movement, though. I'm gonna cunning action,
Uh-huh.
dash to get a little bit more movement.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and scoop her up in my arms and like truck her onto the boat.
Okay.
Toss me.
So I will say If Cooter allows, you can grapple her unopposed,
Just gonna be like,
and you will move at half movement. So I think right now you have used 30 feet of movement. You've got 15
Correct.
more.
so I should be able to pick her up, and it's like 10 feet to the boat or something, right?
You can get, yeah, in the same-ish space that Tiny Turtle Emmy is.
Okay, I just want to get to the edge of where the dock is to be able to like set her into the boat.
Yeah, you can do that.
Just run up behind and then say like,
Whoa!
Ryan, it's time to go. And then, yeah, just put her in the boat. I assume that's my action to do that.
Yeah, most
I'm
definitely, because you grappled her. That's your action. So
I'm still invisible, yeah.
I will say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say yeah for
Or-
now.
I mean,
That's
if
fine.
you want, that could break it. I don't mind.
Technically, a grapple is an attack, but we're fine now. You're still invisible for now. So, I think that's in your turn.
Yeah.
This
Dog,
guard is, I will say, surprised from your rock throw through the window, so she is no longer surprised. Now that's her turn. Emmy, you're a tiny turtle biting ropes.
Biting ropes. I bite the rope. I attack it.
Okay,
I don't know the stat blocks for a turtle, but I have the stat blocks for a crab right here.
that's fine. You don't need a stat block for a turtle. You spend your round trying to bite through the ropes, and you make some headway.
Okay.
But-
Can Bucket help?
Sure. So you have like a tiny box turtle and like a little blue crab, and the turtle's like gnawing at the rope that's probably around this big, and then you have a crab trying to get at it too.
Yeah, with 2 claws.
Both claws, got it.
Yeah,
Next,
we got this.
this guard is going to, let's see. What does this guard do? He is going to say, "Let's find a leave there," and he sees you pushing in the water. Help! Help! And he's going to run inside this lighthouse, and he's going to disappear into this building. And with his action, he's going to start ringing the shit out of a bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh boy.
Azric.
All right. I'm no stranger to a ship, so Azric is going to get the ship ready. And
Do you have proficiency in water vehicles?
I do.
All right. You think that with some of these ropes being frayed, it's gonna take a little bit, but you start getting the ship itself ready, like getting the sail up to push away as soon as it's free. So you can spend your turn to get this ship ready to go.
Okay. And then I yell, Taj, we don't have much time.
Up next, after the bell ringing, via dashing, there is an additional guard that appears at the end of the street.
Boy.
The guard in the water is going to right themselves, which is half of their movement. They're going to swim here 5 feet, and they're going to clamber up onto the dock with the rest of their movement. So it takes 30 feet to go from here to here. And he is going to take his spear and chuck it at Hayden.
Me?
You're invisible. That's right. He will chuck it at Cooter. Thanks. So they will chuck the spear. 13, 16. Will that hit your AC? I don't think it will. It does not?
Sorry, it doesn't. I muted because Astro was barking. Sorry.
So he takes his spear with water dripping off of it and like holds his arm out and and launches it at you as Hayden has set you down, and it's a direct hit into the back of your shell, and it goes clunk and then falls in the water. Damn it! Next, this scout here sees the commotion, and they have their short bow. And Taj, you're with them, but you haven't necessarily done anything just yet. So they're going to take a shot at Azric. They're going to use their movements. They're gonna hippity hop over here, get better vantage point, and they're gonna let loose at you, Azric.
Very well.
That is a 19 plus 4, 23 to hit.
Yes.
You take 6 piercing damage.
Right.
And they will shoot again. 14, 18 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you will take 4 more piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And this scout just launches 2 from this bow over to you, and you take a parry of arrows from them. Another guard appears at the end of the street here, and they look like they have sort of holy symbols at their neck and sort of red like robes as they're making their way that appeared with this other guard. And then right behind them is another. As more reinforcements are arriving, this scout is surprised from your throw into the window here, so that's their turn. Looking to see what happened there, as this is all happening at the same time. Taj,
Oh no.
you're in a pickle a little bit.
If I move, do they get an attack of opportunity or what?
They do.
Okay. I'm like, well, this is incredibly awkward. It's time for me to go. And I like start walking.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Oh, I'm trying to, I can't move my character.
You can't move you. What happened?
I'm on a different thing. I move there.
Okay. That's 15 feet, so they will swing at you, and they've got a club out. Damn, that's a 19, 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, I squish.
And you will take 4 bludgeoning damage total.
Okay.
They bunk you with their club as you walk away.
I look back as I'm like running and wink and then go invisible.
Amazing.
And then I move my rest of my movement into another 15, but I go like diagonal or whatever so they don't know what what way I'm going.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got 5 more feet to move.
Oh,
if you want to
no.
move further.
Is that
Perfect. And I'm just gonna use I don't have a good there we go. You're invisible and Hayden is still invisible.
Ooh.
Perfect. Cooter, it is your turn.
Don't worry, team. I've got this. Kuda is going to. Ooh, wait, what's this? So we've still got this guy in between us and our friendo Taj.
You saw her vanish.
Oh yeah, this guy's gonna be a pain in the butt. So maybe that's my first. I'm going to Ray of Sickness this lad.
Okay. What does it look like when Cooter is casting spells?
For it depends on the spell, love. We gotta do what we gotta do. She's like, we're already in deep shit, so let's just go out with a bang. And she kind of like rustles around into her shell a little bit. She's like doing a little jiggly dance, and she goes and like basically projectile vomits on this poor man.
All right, Ray of Sickness. Hey, they have failed
Oh,
their Constitution
God.
save. So
Granny
roll
breath.
your 2d8 poison damage.
Where did I put my 8?
Oh, actually, it's the saving throw for poison. So roll your attack. I apologize. I jumped the gun a little bit there.
I will. Attack is 20.
Yeah, definitely hits a guard. And he failed his save, so he's poisoned, but roll your damage.
Da, 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 da. 16.
Tell me how this guard dies to your ray of sickness as they are obliterated.
Hey, mate. And she just looks over as his skin starts like basically just melting from her like stomach acids, and the eyes just fall out of his skull, and he just turns into like a little puddle. And she just like looks, and she's like just overcome with pain from what she just did that she didn't realize she was capable of. And she's just like, oh no, dear, no.
It's gonna be a fun group. I'm gonna enjoy this campaign.
And as this sort of projectile sickness is, he starts just basically the acids are overcoming him, and which causes, he's poisoned, so it causes him to vomit, and it's a grotesque way to go for this poor guard.
She's just completely like shocked at what just happened. She just thought that it was just going to be a little bit of help to distract him to get our friend onto the boat. And
Yeah, you
alas,
fucked
this
him
man's
up.
got vaporized.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going
Anything
back
else
now.
you'd like to do with your turn?
Oh, she just pops into her shell and starts like rocking, and you can just hear wailing. Oh, no.
Hayden, you're invisible.
That's
What'd you like
correct.
to do?
I am going to cut the remaining rope keeping us moored here,
Yes.
if there is any. And
So yeah, I
and-
will say easy enough if you want to use your action to do so. Emmy and Bucket have both been chewing and clawing through this rope for a good solid amount of time. So what would have taken you longer, you can finish the job and just with your
helped.
saber and cut this thing.
And if I can, all one action, like cut and then kind of like start using my boot to shove the boat a little further from the dock.
You can
That's
cut.
awesome.
The cut will be your action to get that rope all the way,
Okay,
and you can get
that's
onto the boat.
That's fine. I'll
so
get on the
there's,
boat.
yep. So you can hop on the boat however
Yep.
you'd like.
We'll pick we'll go right here.
Yep. And you're no longer invisible.
Correct. Can I, while in the boat though, kneel to try and, I don't know how high the railings are on the boat. I basically want some cover while I'm in the boat.
Absolutely. It's a great
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, I'll kneel down and try to maybe get like half cover or something.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So you can kneel down. There you
Or maybe attempt to hide behind the mast. I don't know.
go. Not hide, but you can definitely kneel down and try and get out of the way of some
That's fine. That's
arrows.
fine.
Remember, half cover gives you plus to your AC.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
This guard looks down the way that the glass is broken and then turns around and sees Todd just gone. What the fuck? And she just starts making her way down here, and she's got her club. She grabs her spear as well, and then just gonna toss it at Hayden, as you're the first person there that's closest.
Okay.
That
How
is
much
what
of an AC boost do I get from being half cover? I don't remember.
I believe.
2?
Yeah, I
Two?
believe. Yeah. I'll say in this case for this cover, it is half cover, which will give you a +2.
Okay.
So half cover is +2, 3/4 cover is +5, and then total cover is they can't hit you because they can't even see you. So +2
All
is your AC. This guard is also Hail Marying this spear at long range, so they're at disadvantage. So that's a 10, which I don't think's gonna do it.
No.
So they run 30 feet and almost like a javelin throw in the Olympics, just and try and just hit somebody before y'all make out of this dock, and then just thunk, that spear just sticks into the side of your boat. So if anyone wants a spear later, it's there. Emmy.
I'm gonna turn around and how is Azric looking? Did you take a lot? Like, are you bleeding?
There are 2 arrows in me, and it hurts.
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna unturtle,
You are no longer turtled.
and I'm gonna go over to crawl over to Azric. Are you okay? Oh my god, I can fix that. Is it okay? Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Okay.
It hurts.
And then I'm gonna touch his his chest. I don't know, wherever the arrow is, and I'm gonna cure wounds you for what is that? 1d8. I haven't used that one in a while. Bryn wasn't a real healer. 1d8 plus 3. You're gonna get 9 healings.
Amazing.
Like I was never hurt at all.
And I'll scoop up Bucket and put him in my pocket as a free item interaction. I don't know.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, Bucket would technically go on the turn after you anyway, but we'll deal with that
He'll
later.
jump in my pocket. I just want him in my
It's
pocket.
fine.
He'll jump in
Yeah,
my
Bucket's with you all.
I'm done. That's my turn.
This guard that was sounding the bell is going to start running out here, and Spear's long range is 60 feet, I believe. So they're gonna chuck this spear at Emmy.
Yep. 20, 60.
And at Emmy with disadvantage.
Like a
That's
heckin' javelin.
still a 16 to hit.
It's
It hits. Okay.
yeah.
Emmy, you're gonna take 3 piercing damage. So that you see him. Well, you can't really see him run out of the building, but you see someone just outside the corner, like skid to a stop, and then just and fling this spear as hard as they can. And where the first one dug into the side of the boat, being launched at Hayden, this one just clears the edge and it hits Emmy in the leg. And you've got
I'm
a
like
spear that
healing
stuck you.
Azric, and then I'm just like, ow.
Yeah. And that's this guard. Azric, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna start kicking the ship off the deck and start getting into sailing position.
Okay, so you
Praying
kick the
for
ship.
Taj to make it in time.
You kick the ship off the deck, and I will
Turn
say
it.
at this point it is going to move this far. You just kick it off from there, and in every round it will move further away until y'all start sailing. So you kick it away, it's drifting, it's gone about 5 feet at this point, 5 to 10 feet.
Kuda falls off the side.
Taj, you better hurry your ass.
Here, this sort of sergeant or this knight of the guard here, let's see here. They're gonna move forward 30 feet. They pick up a heavy crossbow that they're wielding, and they're training it on Closest person is going to be Hayden. So he takes a shot at you, Hayden.
I'm still
with this-
crouching down.
He's invisible,
You
I
are-
think, right?
He's
No,
not
I'm-
invisible, but you've got half cover.
Oh,
so
you've got
plus
cover,
2 your
yeah.
AC. With the heavy crossbow, it's only a 10.
We'll miss.
It looks like that they are more adept at sort of strength-based fighting. Big burly looking guy, but he's doing everything he can to try and reach out and touch someone with this heavy crossbow, but can't do it. Up next, this scout here with the boat sort of being pushed away, they're gonna have to make their way downward this corner here. And I'm going to make an acrobatics roll for them. See if they can get off that roof safely after you all, and they succeed. So I will have them shoot at Cooter with their bow. That is an 11, so they miss. They will fire
Yeah, she's still in
again.
her shell screaming.
They fire again at Emmy, but I rolled a 7 again, so it's an 11.
Wait, it's 11 that hits me.
An 11 hits you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
God.
less squish.
We are so squishy.
Yeah, yeah.
You will take 4
You
piercing
are-
damage.
Oh, ouchies. Ouch.
Up next, this acolyte is going to move 30 feet.
After that
And
thing hits Emmy, Hayden just shouts, "Please find cover."
and they are going to just dash because they're too far away for any of their spells. This acolyte, 30 feet, same thing. They are moving forward, descending upon you all. This scout is no longer distracted.
You
and-
all?
What's that?
You all? Descending on Taj.
Yeah, they can't see Taj. Taj
They
is
can't see
invisible,
her, yeah.
so they're
Oh,
descending on the
huge.
boat.
Oh, that's right. You're invisible still.
They will take.
Taj is the only safe one right now. She should just leave us.
This one's taking a shot at Cooter. That's a natural 20.
Oh,
Um, as discussed before, our crit rules is 1 max dice and 1 extra roll. So Cooter will
yeah.
take 11 piercing damage.
Ooh, gosh.
11.
Swear if you
nice.
kill Cooter, I'm
Crunchy
gonna
crits.
be sleeping on the couch.
Then and they take another shot at Emmy. And this is a
Crit the coot.
21 to hit Emmy, and you take 3 piercing damage. Taj, it's your turn. Things are getting spicy, very spicy.
Finally, I dash and get on the boat.
Guys, I can't handle this anymore. I can't handle it.
No, we're good. We're Gucci. Boop.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yay!
Huge.
Yep.
Just leaping invisibly.
You dash and you hear light footsteps, and even though you don't see her, you hear a thump, and the boat rocks.
And then I like jab Azric's side as usual. But particularly his left side. So it's always going to be his left.
Perfect.
He's always slightly sore on the left.
Cooter, anything you would
I
like to
don't
do
know,
on
there
your
might be
turn?
other invisible people pretending to be me.
How much? Emmy's taken quite a bit of damage, right?
Yeah.
I'm
So have
going
you.
to use
Yeah, I
I'm
was like, you
going
might be
to
worse off
use-
than me.
I'm going to use my last spell slot to healing word Emmy
Oh,
to make up for the absolute disaster that occurred previously. She
Clean
has
your
to
conscience
reset
up a
her
little bit.
karma.
all right. How much does she get?
Let's see. Huh, 4.
Hey,
Better than zero.
Better than nothing.
very helpful. I will take it. That got me pretty much where I need. I just have very low HP right now, but that got me where I needed to be. I'm in
Yeah.
in the realm of happy.
And
Well,
I will
Cooter's
say
sick, so.
at the beginning of the next round, having both Hayden and Azric, capable sailors both in their own rights,
Ooh.
both being proficient
Yeah.
in vehicles water. Smart move.
Ooh, I was worried you guys were lying about that. I was real scared.
You are both able to get this small boat underway as you leave this dock of Rosidon as fast as possible.
Just shout to Azric. I was like, let's catch some wind.
You got it, buddy.
And as you all push away, arrows, spears being thrown at you, as you get out of range, the arrows start hitting the water. You're all able to take cover in the boat. You find your way, leaving the city-state of Rosidon, making your way through the pinnacle depths, where your next destination, who knows? We will find out next week on episode 2 of Caches and Cantrips. So that will end our session this evening. I hope you all enjoyed episode 1 of this campaign. Smart move for you all to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
heal
will say
Cooter
that.
back real quick because I don't want to forget next time. So Cooter, you're getting some heals.
And I will say thank you all so much for joining us.
15.
Thank you all for watching, for all the support. It really helps the channel.
Thank you. Oh my
If you haven't,
gosh.
please go
Thank you.
follow us, or go subscribe to us on YouTube as well. It would help us out so much. But what I would like to do is something we do here at Caches and Cantrips at the end of the session is I like to run a little poll to determine who the MVP was for this session. And what I would like to do is I will have all the characters here in the chat for you all to vote. And at the end of the episode, I would like all of you to take 30 seconds or so to tell the chat why you deserve inspiration for next session, because whoever gets the highest MVP votes will be the one that gets an inspiration for the next session. So we will start in character alphabetical order. You're on the clock. Moobs, tell him why Azric deserves it.
Azric deserves the MVP of this session because not only is he so dashing and handsome, he also had the intellect to jump on the ship and get it ready to set sail because he knew that Taj was going to make it in time, and we will sail off into the sunset, or sunrise rather. Thank you.
Amazing. Cooter.
Kuda deserves the MVP because she's just great at everything she does, really. Because you see, there was this one time that she was on another adventure and she couldn't roll to save her life. And then it just ended up being a whole mess, really. What was the question again?
Amazing. Emmy, you're next.
Oh no, you don't have to vote for me. It's okay. It's fine. You don't have to vote for me. If you wanted to vote for Bucket, though, he was really brave and he rescued us from the jail cells. So you could vote for Bucket, I suppose. Or Cooter, or Ezric, or Taj, really anybody. Hayden probably deserves it. Okay.
All right, Hayden.
Well, I am also a fairly handsome lad. And you know, I was sort of along for the ride, so I'll have to tip my hat to either Emmy's crab on this one or Grandma Turtle.
Last but not least, Taj.
Well, Tosh deserves it because she put people to sleep and made people see the death. I think that's good enough reason to vote MVP for her.
All right. And I will say, even though we have a little time extra at the end, because I didn't want to run out, As of now, I'm calling it before the timer is up. Cooter has got the MVP with 60% of the votes.
first blood, so I mean,
60% of the vote. Cooter, put an inspiration on your character sheet. Please go
Thank
follow these wonderful creators.
so
Their links are
much
in the
love.
chat there. They all are excellent creators and amazing friends, so you should go support them. But with that being said, thanks so much for watching our first episode of campaign 2. And
come back Tuesday, because guess what we're going to be working on? Map art? Did someone say map? Do we need a new world map? I don't know.
New world
I
map?
Fun.
don't
Where's
know.
that gonna be at?
I could work on that if you guys want me to. Okay, Tuesday it is.
Yeah,
Tuesday
Tuesday at
where?
7.
This channel, here on this channel, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
On
Tuesday.
Twitch?
See you all then on Twitch and on YouTube.
Wow.
Wow. And Monday at 6 p.m. you're going to watch Tome of Knowledge here on Twitch and or YouTube with myself, Virtual Spectre, and Moves Like Jagger talking about some D&D fun times.
That's right. Not only do we have
come
content
check
on
us out.
Tuesdays, now we have content on Mondays.
That's
We're a
right.
3 days a week content kind of stream, y'all.
3 times a week. Look at us. Who would have thought?
Look at us.
You do it. It's
Not
great.
me.
Yeah, look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. No way. Anyway, thank you all so much. And we will see you all next week. Bye, everyone.
Gotta be back.
See ya.
You. Thank